to wake up. Time to get out of bed.
Get out of your coffins, you son of a bitches.
Time to wake up. Gotta get out of bed. Out of bed, bitch, go. Get up, and then they gotta go up. Gotta wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Good morning. Welcome everyone to the BS show right here on a beautiful Wednesday morning. You put out one fire in the Dabbleverse and you wake up to three more.
Really?
Oh yeah, we got some stuff to talk about, but we can't talk about this world without somebody who, just like us, is neck deep in it, can't get enough of it. This man, I mean, he's all over the place. You know him, the pimp on a blimp, the one, the Mr. Viral, I like to call him around these parts, the one, the only Alex Stein. Let's go, Alex.
Wow.
What's up?
Shuli, Bob, and then my favorite, Silent Mike. That's my favorite. Mike, that when they listen, I come on here and, you know, my North Star, as they say, on this ice wall flat earth that we live on, as they say on the internet, on YouTube, is Kevin Brennan, but this is the thing. Kevin is hilarious. Kevin and Bob going at each other this last few weeks, Bob. It's been so tense. This is like a soap opera.
That's crazy.
I'm addicted to the Dabbleverse is what I want to say. Mike, you guys all play a very important role for my entertainment, so I appreciate all of you guys immensely.
Well,
I love when Alex is drunk in the morning. No.
Yeah, it's great. Good. Whatever, man. Well, nobody's here to judge, you know.
Are you chugging orange juice? Because I hear that.
I think I took a Delta. We got a CBD sponsor, and I didn't realize Delta 9 actually kind of works.
It does.
Delta 9's next level, dude. Next level. They did something where in the jar it's not weed, and then when you light it, it's like somehow becomes weed. I don't know what they did.
I think you believe it. That's why, because they kind of tell you it works.
Well, for me,
that placebo a little.
Yeah, I've smoked my whole life, so I've tried tons of Delta 8 and all this other shit that doesn't make a dent. The Delta 9, you feel that shit. Like,
it's one higher.
It's one. Give me one more. That's what we've always said.
Tell me the numbers.
I was going to get Delta 10 because everybody would. You're not going to buy Delta 10 if it's on next to Delta 9. You know what I mean?
Asshole? What are you, an asshole? I'm going to walk out there with Delta 10.
Well, speaking of New York City, because, you know, now we're talking about Delta 9, you know, now in Manhattan, you can just go to these weed stores and buy this weed. But I went and bought some gummies at you know, I was like on Fifth Avenue. It was like, you know, on literally they're all over. Dude, it was not weed. That was like, it was like K2, what I ate. I don't know what the hell I ate. I mean, I'm telling you, Mike, you're laughing. I was like viciously, you know how sometimes you might take an edible or something, your stomach might get a little nauseous. I was sick. I wanted to puke. It made me feel so bad.
Last night, Alex, my mouth was so dry. I was drinking water. I go, I can't. I tell him my mouth is dry. She goes, drink something else. So I'm drinking soda and then water, and I'm fucking going. There's no way I could sleep. I can't breathe. It was so dry I couldn't really breathe. It was so fucking good. Kafer.
Well, much like John, you couldn't feel your lips.
They were numb
last night.
You were having fun for a while.
Oh,
Yeah,
I had a great time. I mean, last night's show was probably one of the best of just riffing and fucking going into the videos. Oh my God.
I love this. Chim in here saying, I'm so glad this show lets Alex actually talk. Great producing. But listen, Ray's an excited young man. That's all. It wasn't personal.
Oh, that's Ray. That's Ray catching on to a question that you tell him something. Yeah, do it again.
No, I was listening yesterday when you guys pulled that drop when he like learned something. The light bulb just coming on.
My
Alex,
favorite.
have you ever seen anything like him in your life? Like, isn't he the most lovable, not knowing something person you ever met?
I mean, I love Ray. He is he's like Simple Jack, you know what I mean? He, from whatever Tropic Thunder or whatever movie that was. He does have that kind of, autistic adult thing, but I'm an autistic adult. This is my diet book. Everybody's been asking me how I lost some weight. I've been eating for autism lately.
Nice.
This has changed my life, Bob. You need to
give
get this book.
That's what it seems like.
Oh, Mike needs
just keeps it in check. It keeps
Okay.
it in check, so it's very helpful. No, but seriously, he's a very special young man.
Yeah.
But listen, he takes a beating. Bob, I think, really here, he's kind of the underrated MVP of the Dabbleverse. He is the number one fence sitter, which is great because it's a hard thing to do. Everybody likes the tightrope act. And this is the problem, though, is that Kevin wants to burn that bridge, but you guys are Kevin tries to describe Stuttering John, and I think Chad is the odd couple, or Stuttering John and Carl is the odd couple. You and Kevin are kind of the real odd couple. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are both like old school comics, but Kevin's like, oh, well, I'm the best comic because I have all the credits. And then you're like, well, I'm the best comic because I'm still grinding it out, kind of, weird dichotomy.
Shuli Empire.
It's great.
And you're right, because, Bob in his, and I know people may not believe this after the past few months, but Bob in his older age is not as confrontational as he was years ago. So you have Kevin, who's all about the confrontation and throwing down. And then you have Bob, who's like, hey, let's talk and work things out. So, yeah, I agree with you. It's a very odd couple.
Well, but actually, I'd like to go into some Stern lore real quick, because when you bring that up, see, you know what I think, Bob? Remember when you got mad and you yelled at Howard? I feel like Gary and Shuli, you might have been a part of this. I don't know. I feel like they were on the Miserable Men show. They were kind of, because you had talked to Artie that night before. They kind of like encouraged you to get mad at Gary, and then somehow that swung to Howard. Like, I don't think originally you were actually mad at Howard. Wasn't that how it was? You were mad at Gary.
You know what? I was probably mad at everybody. I'm just like, I was crazy.
Mad? Were you really mad? That wasn't kayfabe, as we say?
No,
you were
wasn't.
Mad?
That was,
okay.
That was me being told I'm right when I'm on pills. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That wasn't a good thing.
None of us were egging him on. None of us were like, hey, do this for Gary. We knew you didn't have to push Bob in any direction back then.
Tim told me not to do it. It actually came up that it was coming, and he said, don't do this.
We all did.
I thought that was a radio bit for us. I'm like, oh, Bob's like full of it. He's getting mad because then I thought you started getting mad at because really you're getting mad at Gary, even though you had your plugs, dude. You had a great deal though. They said your plugs on every show, and then I thought what made you mad is when you really got mad is when he said, oh, well, we're gonna pull your plugs, and then I thought that's when you got mad, and it kind of went to Howard
in the studio. But yeah, I was. It was
all
crazy.
real.
It went after Gary, but then Howard said, when you yell at Gary, you're yelling at me.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where
Tim,
we have
Tim
the
talked
drop.
to us about Bob. Never mind talking to Bob about Bob. Yeah.
We have the drop now from those days. You have that, Joe? The Gary drop?
Fuck you, Gary.
Yeah, that was Bob on Miserable Men screaming about Gary. We're all just sitting there looking at Bob going, well, I guess we'll just clean out our desks. This is pretty fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was like that was the end of that might have been my last show. I don't think I came back after that.
No, you didn't.
I was like, I'm done.
And he did the Jerry Maguire. He calls us the next day. You remember this? He calls us over the weekend. He goes, listen to me. I'm doing it out of my house from now on. He goes, I got the whole setup. All I need is bandwidth, and we're live. He goes, we'll be live.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck them. We don't need them.
Dude, Shuli, listen, your best friend, Eric the actor, the reason why I always have respect, because Eric the actor was the only person that he would even talk to in that building was you, after everything Richard would do to them, all those prank calls and everything. I mean, the poor guy was, bullied, even though I love him. He was great. But wait, now I forgot my train of thought. Eric the actor was the original YouTuber on You Now. He was doing this, what we're doing now. Remember, he had the famous country music show that was so bad. But could you imagine if Eric would have stuck with that, though, and he could have lived, or if we all would have been smart? He was doing it before Anthony Cumia started his own network. Really, Eric the actor was the original YouTube podcaster, if you think about it.
Think of the Eric the actor show on YouTube with him reading super, going, "I'm not dead. I'm on right now."
It's Eric the actor. Eric the actor.
And then Jan would be pushing the buttons and all this stuff. That would be so funny. It'd be the #1 show on the internet.
He'd be making a mint right now. I want to jump into a topic in the Delvers. I don't know if you heard about this, but Vince the lawyer is in some hot water this morning.
Really?
Yes. Well, yeah, I know. It's shocking, right? Vince and I and Carl are in a text thread, and we text from time to time. Actually, we text here and there, and then Vince texts 47 times after that. And in the course of texting in a conversation yesterday, Carl says in the text, "You're not going to believe this." He said, "But John is in walking distance from the place I bought in Florida."
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Which, found out, so we know John's in Florida. Is that okay? So we know that.
So here's the thing: whatever they bought, whatever that was purchased, I don't know if it's for John and his mom. I don't know if it's just for his mom. There are different rumors out there, but the home that was purchased in Florida is walking distance from Carl's place, and Carl tells us this in the text thread, private text thread, right? Vince then goes and puts a post on Reddit saying, "You're not going to believe this, but John lives walking distance from Carl." And now Carl sees, and then he posts this in the text thread. He goes, look, and Vince is this guy who's always pushing buttons, but he clearly pushed Carl's button, and Carl in the text thread was like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck are you doing posting text conversations and posting locations and shit?" And now Vince is like, "Well, the location, John already knew this beforehand and blah, blah, blah." But people are very, very upset. And I believe the quote was, Carl said, "I am out of the Vince the lawyer business." So Carl, very pissed. Vince is being bashed on Twitter and in the Dabbleverse relentlessly.
You would think he's Joe, the producer. He's getting hit so hard.
Yeah, you think Joe, the producer, took him under his wing. It's a great point. But yeah, that's the latest in the Dabbleverse with the latest drama. So, and I'll be on with Carl today and Brian Johnson. Carl's doing a live show at 5, and I think he was going to do it behind the paywall, but I think he's so pissed he's going live for everyone. So yeah, you don't want to see an angry Carl. Trust me.
Well, listen, I'm not this manosphere guy. I'm not like an Andrew Tate, lover, but there's nothing more feminine than sharing a private text message for clout. Like, that's just such a bitch move. Somebody did that. A friend of mine did that recently, and obviously he's still my friend, but it's just so fucking annoying when you screenshot a text message, especially somebody that's your friend. Now, if it's just a random person, a fan, like if I was to get mad at somebody, that's on me. But it's like a person that's supposedly your friend. I hate that shit, sharing a text. I can understand why Carl is mad about that. And then it doxes Carl. It's because everybody
and doxes John too. Like, so everybody's getting doxed. But according to Vince, this information is all out there in public record. But not everybody knows to go get that information, how to get it.
I didn't know he's in Florida. Now I know. And then but that's awfully coincidental that John happens to be in the same city. And then remember the original stream when Carl came on, he goes, "Where are you in Florida?" And Carl was, quiet like a church mouse. So, and he was like, "Oh," he didn't want to say where, but maybe that's because the whole time John knew where he was. He just wanted the confirmation.
John had no clue.
John didn't know.
And when fucking Carl found out, right away, he was telling me, he goes, "You're not going to fucking believe this." He goes, "What are the odds that this guy moves this close?" I said, "You manifested what you loved." I believe it. I believe it. I've loved comedy my whole life, and I manifested it.
That's The Secret. That's the book, The Secret. Robin Quivers loves that book. I believe she read that book. Yeah, I mean, seriously, he manifested Stuttering John as his neighbor.
That's a sitcom. This is a sitcom, then, too. They move together. Yeah.
I believe that. I call me crazy. I do believe like you can manifest something. You think about something so much. You know, that's how you got your job on the Howard Show. You kind of manifested it. You called at 4 a.m. or wherever, you know, and you kind of just manifested it. You thought about it and it happened.
It works both ways. You can manifest the good and the bad, right? You sit there and you worry about shit all day long, and eventually that pile of shit lands.
How much is Carl selling the house for now?
I know. I told Carl, you gotta get either that or you got to booby trap the house like Home Alone every day in case it comes the one day him and his biker
You
gang
see Coors Lights empties in the yard, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
The two most secure houses in Florida are Mar-a-Lago.
That's what you said. Fix whatever you got to fix. God damn it,
guys! But let's be real. I mean, we know John is delusional, even though he's entertaining. But because he beat Crazy Cabby 10 years or 20 years ago, I mean, how long ago? John thinks he can fight. The guy looks in terrible shape, and I'm just saying objectively, he doesn't look like he could. I've been doing boxing. I'm doing a real professional boxing match. I had to get my federal license. I'm boxing in Misfits in 2 weeks in Nashville, Tennessee, against this guy named Modine. It's one of those influencer boxing matches. It's KSI's deal.
What's the date? What's the
July
date?
22nd, in 2 weeks in Nashville. It's a big
I'm 2
deal.
hours. I'm 2 hours away. I may come down.
Dude, you need to come. Shuli, I'll get you VIP everything because they want to know what influencers are going to be there. You can meet KSI, meet all the Pauls are supposedly going to be there. Everybody's going to be there.
Just don't tell them I'm an influencer, and I'll blend right in.
No, but I'm saying they want to know people. They're throwing all kinds of parties,
What,
all
are you going
kinds
to
of
out
crazy
him there?
stuff.
You're going to say he's a
I'm gonna
Piazza?
Hey, text me the date and location, and I'll screenshot it and put it on Reddit.
Oh gosh, doesn't that suck? Yeah, I have Reddit threads like that, these A-logs where they watch every single thing you do and then comment on it. You guys have those Reddits. It's so fucking annoying, but the thing is I have to figure out a way in my head to, it's like a baby face going from heel to baby face. The people that unironically or make fun of me, they watch all my stuff. So unironically, they're fans, kind of like the people that hate you guys in the Dabbleverse. You're unironically, all those stern people like, "Oh, Shuli left Stern, fuck you." Those are all unironic fans. And what I didn't realize is Howard had the original one with a Stern Fan Network. He had the original Reddit, and then it became an Opie and Anthony actual Reddit when Howard got that shut down. And then now it's Brendan Schaub, guys. You guys think you guys get it bad. My whole feed is Brendan Schaub hate videos of just people that on Reddit. They find every single they found a security tape of him handing a girl a phone number and then called his wife out for cheating. These people are that crazy. They got a security footage.
He's right though. He has the bullseye on him. Like people think John gets it. People think Schaub. There are thousands of people waiting for his downfall. It's unbelievable. We also Joe, we have some stuff here that we wanted to get to this morning because we like to kind of take a little tour around the Dabbleverse, the YouTube world, see what's happening. I think there's something interesting from the steel toe world, you said, Joe, that you wanted to show me.
So I actually have a few things because I had seen you
Shut
posted.
the fuck up.
Jeez, I swear to God.
Go ahead, dork.
You'd posted some stuff or a thing in the Discord from them. So
yeah. Put that up. There's somebody I saw the title was Aaron like emasculates himself in front of his wife again or something. And
again?
I go, what's going on now? And he's telling a story that I don't know that I would tell this
Is it
story
about a man named Brady?
Well, you gotta hear this story. It's pretty impressive. Whenever you're ready, bring it up there, Joe.
I'm pulling it up.
All right, here we go. Let's check this out.
The last time I heard you freestyle, you were getting choked out at a wedding.
And that wasn't even freestyling. That was just like when John Cena would freestyle and he'd just talk and like in rhymes.
Yeah.
It was more like a John Cena promo freestyle. Yeah, they wanted me to do that to one of my buddies.
Your buddy.
Yeah, because we were just kind of busting each other's balls, and they were like, "Oh, freestyle battle, freestyle," and we're fucked up at a wedding. So I start talking shit about him in rhyming fashion, and it was so painful. I'm sure if you were the other people, because he had nothing.
It was pretty sad.
And I would just sit there and wait for him, and then I'd go, "All right, never mind, I got another one." And then when I stood up after that, he got up, came up behind me, and started choking me. Put his arm around me and started choking the shit out of me. And I remember my first thought as he choked me was, "You're at your friend's wedding. Don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, don't retaliate."
Don't faint.
Fuck that.
Like, even
That martial arts training has served him well.
Yeah, it's not a bear attack. He's like, play dead, and the bear will leave you. You're at a wedding. First of all, I like that they think this is the douche move to put somebody in a chokehold. The douche move is to have a John Cena promo off at a wedding. That's the douche move, number one. All respect, but I mean, that's where it went wrong. Now he's getting choked out at the wedding, and he goes, "My first thought." Somebody comes up behind you, wherever you are, and puts you in a chokehold. Whose first thought is, don't react. Don't react. They'll go away.
Stay limp.
Stay limp.
Damn, Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Reels, for the gifted. Go ahead.
in that moment, I kind of, there was that feeling of I'm not really in any danger. It's like when somebody at a bar like pushes you, you're like, okay, there's no danger here.
There was also enough people around.
Yeah, and that's kind of my thinking. I was like, you're at your buddy's wedding. And I had the wherewithal, as drunk as I was,
never
to think
think,
this.
is somebody going to break this up? You know what I mean?
That's the thing. They go, it's not good when you go, let me see how many people are around to stop this before I start this.
He's writing a think piece on it. First of all, here's one.
She goes, and the good news was there was enough people there to help you.
Probably a doctor somewhere in the crowd.
Okay, so this isn't a sexual humiliation. This is a physical humiliation.
Yeah,
this
I didn't know.
Okay.
I just saw humiliation, and I'm like, now what's going on?
I'm waiting for the sex part to come in. I thought, because listen, he got a lot of heat for the sex stuff, but I mean, come on, every time he bangs her, he's gonna make her ejaculate. I mean, what the hell?
Of course not. Of course not. That's not even the issue. Reality speaking, right? Most married couples, like. It's not an every time thing, okay? Especially for Mike Morse. I mean, he's in a relationship now. He banged her 9 times last week, came twice. It's like,
she came 35, so.
Well, I mean, that's what she told you. Meanwhile, she told you.
Maybe she wants to get choked now.
Maybe. If she goes limp, she's into it. Remember that.
Mike, is she from America or is she trying to do a 90-day fiance deal? We need to know.
She has a green because she has her green
Okay,
card.
good. That's what we want to know that. Then you're doing good.
And for the record, I don't know how the story ends. Somebody may come by the time the story ends. So, I don't know. There might be a sexual thing in here.
He's good right now. He looks really shitty right now. Put your arms out. Don't do anything. Go to the ground. You'll look great. You'll look like a piece of shit.
Yep.
And that's what I did. And that's
that's great. So you get choked from behind and you just fucking put your arms out and go down.
He's like LeBron James taking a dive at a wedding, trying to get a and one foul.
I'm the king of the wedding. I'm the king of the wedding.
And then he gets up and he goes, "Got your ass," to the guy who was choking him. Got ya.
And then this poor guy, is this guy his friend? Didn't he state that this is his friend? He wants to make his friend look so bad. I mean, that's not, give the guy, put him over, laugh with him or something. I mean, if this isn't serious.
Go ahead.
That's how it worked out. It was everyone coming up to me going, "Are you all right? He's fucking crazy." What the nerve
of that guy?
The nerve of that fucking asshole. I'm like, yeah, what do you do?
All right, we're good. We're good. What's funny is it's never a good look when people at a public event are coming up to you going, "Are you okay?" That's never fun. You go, "I'm fine."
That guy beat the shit out of you. What an asshole.
Imagine they throw a garter belt and it lands around his neck when he's passed out on the floor.
He went from being choked out to doing a trust fall. He goes, "Catch me!" He just goes backwards with his arms out.
But after that, they let him catch the bouquet with the rest of the bridesmaids.
Shout out to Aaron and April. I thought that was a good clip. We
So
got
when
others.
when I saw that, it made me look up a few other things.
Of course it did, you fucking evil bastard.
What
was it? What was it yesterday when you guys were talking about how, of the Steel Toe, April is the MVP of Steel Toe. She's just she's so likable. I mean, I don't know how he convinced her to be on their air like that, because if you try to do a podcast with your significant other, it's challenging. It's hard because it's kind of hard to like turn that on and off when you do press live on the stream. So,
and just spending that much time together, it's gonna lead to conflict.
Well, that's
you
the
have
show.
to have
For me, that's it.
Right.
That's what the show's about. It should be about their life because it's so much.
Yeah, it should be about you guys are sick of each other, because that's the reality of a good marriage. I hate to break it to you. A good marriage is somebody going, just one night, I want to sleep away from this person. That's a healthy relationship.
Well, Shuli, it's funny you say that, because I'm actually just went through a breakup, and this girl, I love her to death. She's young, but I have that fear. I've had the last 3 girls I've dated, they've all wanted to be.
Find you?
I
have this.
No, it's not. She's not that young. I'm just saying she's young. She's 24, and so she's then that young. Like, but she's great. I actually like that she's young, but my point is, I'm afraid of commitment. My parents got divorced and remarried. Other people got divorced. I know in a marriage you're supposed to. Well, what's the saying? Show me a hot girl and I'll show you a guy that's tired of fucking her. I kind of feel like that. I mean, I hate to say that. I feel like every girl I've dated, I love them. But dude, then I see this girl on Instagram and I'm like, man, I really want to have sex with this girl. I don't dislike this. And I'm not so horny that I want to hook up with a million girls, but it's like, I don't know. I just, my brain wanders. It's very hard. The commitment is hard.
Listen,
but I do want a family.
We've all gone through life. We've had our moments where no one gives a fuck about us. No one's paying attention, and we couldn't get laid at a whorehouse on nickel night, right? But then
they have nickel night.
They used in Israel. In Israel, they do. But then you get to a point where, I don't know, something happens. Maybe you get a great job. Maybe you fall into some money. Maybe you get on TV. You get out there. Now all of a sudden, all these people are into you. They don't know shit about you. They just know you got something going on, right? It's this this scent that
clout,
we give, right? It's like it's a primal, animalistic fucking they're drawn to it, right?
Ever since we started the network, it's been crazy.
It's over.
Rain,
Shit Network,
Shit Network, the Shuli. Please, we're changing it.
That's why my pull took so long.
TSN is cool though, Shuli. You do need to use TSN. That is cool. I like TSN.
Well, now it's we're changing it to I believe
TSE.
What are we changing it to? TSE.
Shuli Empire.
Shuli Empire.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Shuli Empire. Kevin said it yesterday, so it was just hilarious.
Yeah, we're in.
No.
We're in.
Look at this.
Even the Empire State Building's in Shuli Empire. Took us 4 weeks to make that. All right.
But Bob, you've been married. Oh, sorry. I just want to say, Bob, you've been married 100 times. How do you do it? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
you know what? I actually this is a new and good thing. Like, it's just like I don't care any. I'm happy, and it's just great. I mean, we have fun all the time. So it's like something you.
Did that answer your question, Alex? This is
it did. I'm saying every time you got divorced, was it just a pain in your ass? I mean, was that the worst moments of your life, the divorces? And I'm not saying that to
just the one
beat
with
a dead horse.
The one with the kid, because that's the hardest, because it just becomes that in court.
That's my trauma, is my parents' divorce. I remember going to the judge and saying, I chose to live with my dad. So my mom was so mad at me for almost 2 years after that.
It's not really around. It's not really about the kid at that moment, and that's the thing. It's like two people fighting for a prize, and it shouldn't be that way, but it is.
And my parents didn't. My parents didn't divorce, and they fought all the time. So you have that of growing up in that chaos. Or I mean, it's a lose-lose situation. But my advice to you is just pick a little food off of every spot on the buffet for right now. Don't rush into anything. Don't fill your plate up with one goddamn meal.
He's saying save the asshole. Save her asshole for like a 8 months
we're gonna
in.
save it. We're gonna save it.
And then when you meet that one, the one that you actually give a shit about, the one that you can listen to talk and go, this doesn't annoy the shit out of me. All right. Because that's what we're talking about at the end of the day, is finding that person that doesn't fucking make you nuts. Right.
It's a friendship. It has to be a friendship. Otherwise, it doesn't work. You have to be best friends, truthfully.
Yes. Yes. And Alex is the Ray whisperer. I want Alex and Ray on a show together so bad. When Alex brought up that to Ray that we never landed on the moon. My God. Ray just kept repeating like a mental patient. It's what I was told.
Yeah. And then but I love it. He goes, no, I saw it on TV, and he's talking about the Challenger explosion that happened in the 80s. It's not even the same thing. But
I remember they had it on TV, and something happened, and I could tell by the reaction of the teachers it wasn't good.
I mean, Ray is so funny how insulated Ray is from the real world. He just, I mean, he doesn't, I don't know what kind of content Ray watches. Do you think he just watches stand-up videos? I can't ever.
He doesn't watch anything on this network. We know that.
We doesn't, I mean.
I think I can just picture him watching cartoons and going, why did he walked right into the fireworks that the guy blew him up with?
You know what cartoons, I mean? Eating cereal out of one of the big metal bowls that you mix stuff in.
But see, I think that's why I like the Dabbleverse, because I watch so much political conspiracy, stupid crap. So I like this when it's just, comics fighting about, having a pink blanket like that. I love the Ray pink blanket arc. I mean, like Chad Zumock, Kevin will. There you go, landed on the moon right there. I'm saying I think that Chad will come back on MLC. I hope, but Chad is hilarious because he's such a mess and he's so insane. Like the black eye, that story arc.
And that's the next stage for Chad, in my opinion, is you drop the bullshit like we were talking about with John. Like we're talking about the reality is what's going to draw people in, the realness of you being real about your life, about the mistakes you've made, about wanting to learn how to not make those mistakes again. I think that's so much more fascinating and watchable than a guy pretending that he's a badass or that he wants to be in all this conflict every day. Chad doesn't. Chad doesn't. And by the way he reacts to shit, you can tell he's not used to he like somebody punches him and he pulls out a machine gun, right? So that all comes from, believe it or not, trauma as a kid, instant reaction, right? That when he's feeling something, he fucking attacks, like this guy next to me up here, Bob Levy. For years, when something would piss him off, you'd have to be ready to grab his shirt because he was getting up and he was going to handle it. It was no thought process. It was just reaction. And I think him and Chad are very similar like that. And I think Chad being real about trying to would be a fascinating show. In my opinion, I think so.
That would be real, but to kind of counteract one thing, navigating this online world when you have coordinated is hard because if you do go, I don't go and read the Reddit, but if you do and go and you read that Reddit and every little thing is micro-diagnosed that you do, it's hard to navigate. I mean, I don't engage with the trolls because I've realized that never works, and I think that's what John and them need to realize. You can't engage, but the overarching thing I want to bring this to is the worst thing is Howard the other day. Did you see on the air? I forget who it was. It was like Ed Sheeran or somebody, some big celeb. They were talking about how he had a bowling alley in his house. And then Howard, did you see this where he was like, oh, I don't know. What are you talking about bowling alley? What are you talking about bowling alley? Like it didn't admit that he has a bowling alley. Then they took that out of the live show. And the only reason I saw this is because Monique from Radio Gun clipped it. I mean, I like Monique. Do you have beef with Monique, Shuli? You and her don't get along? Is that what it is?
I don't. They hate me over there. I've never.
Yeah, I know she does talk shit, but I sometimes she's the only person that still watches the show. I like Monique, but whatever. But I just saw this clip because it was very interesting talking about the bowling alley. Then he took it out of the live show. Howard, this is what I want to yell to him. We know you're rich. We're your fans. We would like to see his success. If Howard is like, oh, come to my bowling alley, all of his fans would love it because we bought that bowling alley. I mean, I spent thousands of dollars on Sirius. I should be able to see your fucking bowling alley, but you're gonna lie. And John has that same thing too, where like they just lie to lie. If they were real, it would make them so much more redeemable and personable and likable.
Well, that's one thing that always bugged me up there is like, for example, when Steve Langford left, there was no official announcement. There was nothing even mentioned because their mentality there is like, well, just don't bring it up and nobody's going to notice.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you talking about? The guy came in here every morning, did a fucking killer job. He produced great content. Like, what do you mean?
Dude, he found Artie at that McDonald's when Artie was supposed to be dieting. That was so great. You remember that? They got inside knowledge that he would got a Big Mac or a double quarter pounder or whatever it was, and he was supposed to be dieting, and he was not on the show. He's at a doctor's office. I mean, Steve Langford was so brilliant, and they can't even acknowledge it. I mean.
And that's when I was like, you're treating this audience who's now paying for this.
Mm-hmm.
You're treating them like children, like telling us Santa Claus is coming, when we go to bed.
Yeah. And really the whole premise of the show, like, and they say in private parts, is that everything was out there. Everything was honest. That's why
the tagline at Sirius when they started was
no more
bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all it was bullshit, so it was like, but what are you gonna do? That's the game, man.
I know, and like when Robin was out of the studio, listen, she had cancer. She can be out of the studio, but that's kind of like, why not tell us that something's going on with Robin? I mean, it's just kind of like these are major production stuff. Then every time you had a guest on, you guys would have to tell the guest, hey, don't mention that Robin. I just saw a clip the other day. It's High Pitch Eric, and Gary's like, do not mention that Robin's not in there because he's a whackbacker, so they're trying to. But I'm like, why not just be like, hey, Robin's not here. She's going through something. Like that almost would make me more interested because when Artie was going through it, say what you will about Howard, when Artie was going through it, he enabled that more than anybody. I mean, by letting Artie sleep on the air, all that stuff, it was great content. But basically, Artie was like, high on drugs. His judgment was way off. And then he sees the one guy that keeps his job. The only guy he has impressed. Literally, he could say F you, and he did say F you. He threw CDs. He beat up Teddy or whatever. Yep. He said F you to Eric. Gary and him hated each other. He said that, the USO tour was garbage. I mean, literally, nobody even liked him. So he knew in his head, as long as I had Howard laughing, I'll have a job. And Howard knew that come on. When Howard said he didn't think he was on drugs, Shuli, he had to have known that he was on drugs. Everybody was telling him. People were like, you're on drugs. He's on drugs. I
was going to say, nobody was as close to Artie as whoever was hooking him up with shit back then. That was his closest ally.
There was guys like all over the place that like, this is my friend. You could say it wasn't his friend.
Remember he introduced us to his doctor once at a show, and his doctor was in a leather coat, like Fonzie. I'm like,
Dr. Vinny.
Dr. Vinny. I've never met a doctor in a leather fucking coat before. It's a trip.
And then he drive to Delaware. Remember, he's like, I would have to go score in Delaware. Dude,
I thought he went to get cheap cigarettes.
Did I ever tell you guys the Atlantic City story with me and Sal with Artie?
I don't think so.
No, I'd love to hear it. I mean, AC with the Borgata. I'm sure he was a mess. That's all he talked about is the Borgata.
This was before Atlantic City was Lakeland, Florida, with Bubba the Love Sponge. You remember this week?
Yeah, Bubba's Shuli, I become best friends with Bubba the Love Sponge, the nicest guy. I forgot that I was actually supposed to go on his show this morning. I go every Wednesday, but then they canceled last week because he was off the air because I guess short week. But my point is, Bubba the Love Sponge is the nicest guy. He didn't even realize. Him and I had a come to Jesus meeting. I was on his show. Actually, maybe that was last week. He's been trying to hook up with Alex Jones. I'm friends with Alex Jones, but Alex Jones doesn't want to hang out with him. And I'm like, I'm very good friends with Alex Jones, his producer. And I'm like, why won't they just hang out with Bubba? Then I put it together. I think Alex Jones doesn't want to hang out with Bubba because Bubba the Love Sponge, he did the original honeypotting. He did the same thing Jeffrey Epstein. And I said this to Bubba Clem's face. Jeffrey Epstein is famous for getting like these celebrities and they take them to the resort and they sleep with the child or something. And there's a hidden camera up there and they say, hey, we got this hidden camera footage.
Right.
In a way, Bubba did the same thing. He had his hot wife bang Hulk Hogan when Hulk Hogan was going through a divorce, the lowest, most vulnerable. Say what you will about being a cuckold and letting a woman sleep with a guy sleep with bang your wife. That's terrible. But Bubba's like this nice guy. There's something. he's not just nice. You know,
Right.
Bubba, I don't care what Bubba says. I call him out on that. It wasn't just his nice
You don't
favor.
just
'cause
offer that up for nothing.
well, at the end of the video, he's like, "This could be our retirement." I'm like, "Bubba, you say that at the end. I mean, that is the most incriminating statement." But you know, I don't believe Bubba released those tapes. I do believe Bubba loves Hulk Hogan. Like, Bubba's more
but
sad.
to let Hogan do the leg drop on her at the end.
That was uncalled for.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a wrestling stan. He loved it. Yeah, I mean, he could care less about it. He probably liked that Hogan banged his wife. But I'm telling you, Bubba's lost his job. He's sick. You know, Mike Calta, the guy who used to work for him, now runs it. I mean, Bubba's like so sick about it. And I don't care what you say. If you ask him, probably in that video. I'd never seen the whole video, but I'm telling you, his friendship with Hogan, that's what he's saddest about. Like, so sad. I mean,
he cared more about that than about his marriage, for sure.
Yes, 100%.
But so Lakeland show goes down. We're all out there with Bubba, Artie, all of us. And that is the show where Sal does the Gary dance with the mask on his face and falls off the stage, right? Falls off the stage, breaks his wrist, black eye, fucks up his face.
He's in a wheelchair in the lobby the next day.
In the hotel, yeah. He looked like a Iraqi war veteran returning home. He's in the lobby in a wheelchair. People are thanking him for his service. We go back to the East Coast. That next weekend, we're in Atlantic City at the Borgata with Artie. So we get to Atlantic City. Artie shows up. We're in the lobby. It's like The Hangover, you know. Sal's all banged up in a sling and a black eye. And Artie comes to us and he hands us like $1,500 in cash. And he goes, "I need you to wire this out to a guy in Florida, buddy of mine." And, you know, we're like, "You got it, Artie. You know, you got it." Now, I'm not from the East Coast. I didn't understand. Like, I lived in Vegas. I didn't understand that when you walk out of a casino in Atlantic City, you're now in, you know, the favelas in
yes,
like it is a death zone.
The most dangerous city in New Jersey, supposedly. I think it's Atlantic City.
Yeah, and that's not hype. And so we take a cab to a Western Union that the entire Western Union is encased in bulletproof glass. I mean, from the minute you walk in, you're just surrounded by bulletproof glass. As we walk in, there is a woman behind the glass working there arguing with a family of 5, and the family's asking, "When do you get off work, bitch?" And the woman behind the glass goes, "I get off at 10, you pussy motherfucker." So it's on the minute and I'm there with $1,500 in cash. And
about to commit a felony interstate commerce drug transaction. Felony is what you're about to commit, Shuli.
And I got the wounded gazelle next to me, which is Sal Governale with a black eye and a broken wrist. And I'm going, we're dead. We're never making it out of here. And luckily, as soon as I handed the person the cash at the window, they looked at me and they go, and they sped up. They knew, get them out of there as soon as possible. And I remember going back to the hotel thinking, you know, I'm a weed guy for many, many years. I'm no angel, but I've never once made anybody go do my shit for me. You know what I mean? I never once got anybody else involved in my shit. Like, and that pissed me off for a while. But again, you have to understand, this guy's in the throes of addiction at that point. He's not himself. This isn't a rationally, you know, a guy who's thinking rationally. So yeah, it sucks, but that's it.
I mean, you agree to do it because, you know, it's
we look up to this guy. Yeah. He's a superstar to us. He's one of our favorite things about the show. Of course, we do anything for him, you know. And
he was a superstar. And if you go back, because I still go back today and go watch like the old E shows and the old Howard TV shows. If you kind of look, Artie used to be very like, you know, laid back. And then it started changing, I guess, because it reminded me the other day when Stuttering John talked about his favorite memories from the Stern Show. Or no, it was what's his name? It was Gacy Armstrong, who I love. Gacy was talking about his favorite thing was how they would go to the track with Artie. Like everybody's favorite memories was Artie. So it sounded like he used to be kind of like social and stuff. And then I guess there was a time when he would just put on his headphones and then just sit around with his headphones on, Shuli. So I'm guessing, is that when he kind of started doing the drugs and he would just like sit around with
But
It
he
was
would do
wild.
it at
headphones?
shows. He would do it at shows
Well,
like
that-
before,
that's-
like
that
15
was-
minutes in.
Well, he would go on the after show, the wrap up show, but he would like be on his headphones before he like wouldn't talk to anybody. He would like go down and score and just, supposedly, I'm just from the fan watching. The rumors is that he would like put on headphones and like score. And then sometimes he'd come back on the wrap up show or sometimes he would leave. And he just would isolate himself. He wouldn't hang out and talk really.
I knew something was up because, as comics, the thing we love the most is when we all get to work with each other, when we all get to be at a show together and hang out and fuck around and have fun. And it got to that point where when we would all be on shows together, Artie would just be in his area and we'd all be together, and he would distance himself from everybody else. And we were fucking wild idiots back then too. I get the distancing part, but at the same time, looking back now, we all know why he was distancing himself. He wanted to do his thing, and
he hated Shuli.
And he hated Jews. So, that's a fact.
He had bad things too about him.
They were not all great. Yeah, you're right, Mike. Alex, we want to get into some MLC stuff from yesterday. You want to watch with us? You gotta
of course.
go.
Yeah. No, please. I would like to hang out and I would love to talk about Kevin. Kevin's probably going to kill me. He's going to think I'm a traitor like you, Bob. I'm never going to allow it.
It's hard. It's
Kevin has the most credits Saturday Night Live alum.
Yeah.
He's the Pete Davidson of the Dabbleverse. We will never speak on Kevin Brennan negatively. And he banged Sarah Silverman. He literally is of the Dabbleverse. He's banged the most famous girl. He was on Saturday Night Live. I don't know if Lorne Michaels was the producer during his year.
Yeah.
Maybe it was. Okay. He was hired by Lorne Michaels. That trumps anything that we've done. I hate to admit that. I think that I don't know if any of us will ever get casted by Lorne Michaels. Did he get fired? Sure, but he still got the job.
I'll give you that. But
Yeah.
so yesterday, I don't know how they landed two phenomenal guests on MLC. Carlos Danger, who we love.
Was great.
Love Carlos. And the guy that everybody's talking about these days, Joey C. That's right.
He's not a scam artist. I believe Joey C is salt of the earth. This is like I've never seen a more stand-up guy. Look at this. Look at that Zoom background. I've never seen a more honorable person in my life.
I can't
But
wait.
he knows too much information.
You, yeah.
He knows a lot of information on people, and even Kevin. It'll come up. This is weird.
Well, let's hear what he's got to say here.
Listen, a lot of people don't like me. A lot of people are liking me. A lot of people are fucking like today with Shuli. Shuli, here's Shuli. Okay. All I ask Shuli is tell the fucking full truth. He always shows what he wants to fucking show when it comes to me. Okay. And he's going to make the statement to me yesterday. I just listened to you guys' show yesterday from the BS show. He wants to break my balls, but when I go on and I dribble his, whoa, you got an 84,000 square foot land on your house, and he's just, if you come near my house, I've never threatened anybody. But let me tell you something. If I
What the fuck is he talking? We are 39 seconds in. I'm as lost as you can be. Okay.
Look at the look
Well,
on
the
my
best
face.
statement. The best statement is that he's like, I watched the show on the BS show, so that has to kill Kevin. He's watching Kevin's show on the BS show. It's just so funny.
I love
Look
it.
at the way we're all looking at him, like we're all confused.
Everybody's trying to solve this puzzle right now. That is Joey C.
your vibes. No, I don't get.
Hold on.
Put land on your house, and he's just tell if you come near my house, I've never threatened anybody. But let me tell you something. If I
you give off stalker vibes.
I don't get. I give stalker vibes, Carlos.
I think as just someone listening, yeah.
What was said to me in the beginning when I came on by this fucking chat people, the shit that they said to me. So it's again, everybody can talk shit, but I can't when I rebuttal. They can't handle it. Listen to me. They want to play with the fucking big boys on the little fucking YouTube, and you're gonna fucking run that fucking mouth. Then you fucking don't worry about what I say back to you. It's that fucking simple. The bottom line is.
So again, because maybe I'm just lost, but No, I don't know. I don't know even where to start. What
Wait,
to, I don't know what
have
he's
like
talking about.
8,000 something worth of property around your house.
80,000 square feet around my house.
I don't know what's happening.
Okay, I haven't measured it, but okay, I'll
You have
take
an
your
entire
word for it.
Earth around your house if you want. You want to keep going.
And then on top of that, Carlos goes, "You give off stalker vibes," and he goes, "Me? The guy who got my phone number off the internet and called me." And I go, "Joey, you can't call me." He goes, "Well, I didn't even know if it was real." He goes, "I just gave it a shot." He goes, "I got it off the internet and I gave it a shot." And then proceeded to continue to text me after that.
When I called out Shuli, I've been calling him out. And what did I say? Does Shuli have a Wikipedia page? Fuck no. Does Kevin Brennan have one? You damn right. Even Stuttering John, does he have one? What the fuck? When I call Shuli,
So that's what we're measuring now. Wikipedia pages. All right.
Yeah, but the best is his virtual background just sucks so much dick, so he looks like Marfon Mike. You know, his head is, his arm is disappearing. Yeah, I mean, it just looks so bad. I mean,
Marfon Mike.
He's trying to be a podcast. He's trying to put on the headphones. He wants to do the gimmick, but he's just a little off. He can't figure out how to go to Amazon.com and order a green screen for $9.99. I mean.
This is how he's using his mic too, which is pretty fascinating. I've never seen a technique like this before. Yeah. I'm a stalker.
Yeah. He's not even talking into it. He's talking. Yeah, it's so great.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you this.
Doesn't fucking address the fucking moment. It's fucking what Joey C. wrote me. Look at these texts. Oh, he texts me all day and night. You know what?
How'd you get his number? How did you get his number?
I'll get you that. I'll tell you that. Okay.
Oh, he'll get to that. Okay.
I was an avid Howard Stern follower. I was one of the guys called in every day trying to get on the show. Okay. Now,
you have Kevin's number?
No, but I know where Kevin lives.
Whoa.
What?
And I'm pretty sure I know. Look, I researched. He lives in a high rise. He's got a doorman. So I researched all the high rises in New Jersey.
Oh my God, Detective Psycho! I mean, look at that. I researched all the high rises in New York City. What is going on in that house? I just picture him with like a map with all these pins in it, with yarn, and it's leading everywhere.
This is not going to end well.
Are you on federal probation though? Should you be doing that shit?
I'm not on probation. That's the other fucking. I'm not on probation. I did my time.
Okay.
I did my time.
That's always good to hear in a discussion. You go, I did my time. All right.
I paid my debt of gratitude to society. I'm a free man.
Doing pull-ups in his cell.
Yeah, this is what was
Max Cady and Cape Fear.
Yeah.
Julie.
Yeah, what's that? I thought you wanted to do a show or something like that.
Shuli was saying today repeatedly that he's going to give you a show on his network.
No, Shuli said he offered me, and I told him no.
Okay.
The offer still stands, Joey. If you want a show on here, you can have a show. You want 5 days a week, I'll put you on 5 days a week. All you have to do is denounce Kevin Brennan. That's it. All right? That's all you have to do.
In this video, I thought it was safe, so I started taking a cookie again a piece because I thought I was out of Kevin's firing zone.
Yeah. You go, thank God Joey C's here.
He refused to go on today. He goes, what was his words? His exact words? You're dissing me or you're bumping me. Who the fuck does Shuli think he is? Okay. Yes, I made one mistake, but I knew he was up after he did a show. I text him day and night. I text him one time.
Here's the point, Joey. If you text me and I reply to you, please don't text me and don't call me anymore, and you continue to do it, I'm not the asshole anymore. All right? That crown goes on your head, not mine.
Shuli for Kevin's number?
Oh yeah, this is I texted Carlos. I said, ask him if he texted me to give him Kevin Brennan's phone number, which is true. And according to Kevin, I give his number out everywhere, but I didn't give it to Joey C. So you're welcome.
I texted him one time at
Have
10
you
o'clock.
asked Shuli for Kevin's number?
Did I? Yes, I did. I think I did. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. My podcast.
That's a nervous laugh from Kevin.
Yeah, but Shuli, you know what you need to do, and Kevin won't do this, but you need to set up a Google Voice number right now that you could just give out, and then set up a voicemail, because you'll probably get all kinds of hilarious voicemails. I have one when I do it on my show. People leave the funniest stuff. You guys should have a phone number, not your real phone number. But then when that phone number gets out, people think that they discovered your real one, right? You put like a real voicemail on it, and then I'm just saying that's kind of a way to hide your real voicemails by putting out like a quote unquote business one. You get it free on Google Voice. Everybody should do that.
I mean, let me talk to the crew. Nerds, make it happen.
Yeah. Get a Google Voice number right now and then give that number out.
Do it. Let's do it. And then, get on it, nerd.
Yeah. There you go. Joe, get on it.
I tell you what, it's getting bigger and bigger. I'm getting more people on. I'm getting views. And I don't be malicious to anybody, but if you look at my subscribers, which are nothing, I'm passing people now. I made my first pass.
This is hilarious.
This end of this week, I should be passing Little Mirror, and then I'm going after Carlos, and then I'm gonna keep going until I get.
Who gives a shit? You're doing better than Chad.
2 months. This has been going on that Shuli has been building his empire.
Is that Joey Sear guy, Fieri? I love that chat.
on Stuttering John, which is beautiful what he did. It's fucking
beautiful. Wait. He said that's where he said the Empire? I gotta hear this. I love the name.
That's right.
You're doing better than Chad.
2 months. This has been going on that Shuli has been building his empire on Stuttering John, which is beautiful what he did. It's fucking beautiful.
An empire.
Whatever. Well, he thinks it's a fucking empire.
We're changing the name from network to empire.
I thought it was a YouTube channel. Now it's an empire.
That's fine. But I promise you, what's he gonna do if he stepped off? Does he have enough material to go every fucking day for another month? I don't believe he does. So now he wants to start snipe screaming me. Fine, talk about me. I don't give a shit. Because let me tell you something. I'm not a comedian. I'm nobody famous. I'm a fucking average Joe, but I promise you this. I grew up fucking in the streets. I was a street guy all the way till I fucking was 35 years old.
Western Avenue.
It's fucking simple. I was a street guy. I am a fucking tough guy. You know, I've been emailing
Joey C. Wait. Joey C. looks like your neighbor garbage man that knows everyone in the area. Come on, $3 bill. You want to be Chicago Dusty?
He still tries to find a way. He always is going to tell people the good job he does. Look at what we're doing. Look at this. Look at that. But Shuli, the bottom line is, if you're that big of a guy and you were. Kevin's right. Where's your Wikipedia page? I didn't see one.
Brennan Nation is better than the Shuli Empire. Adam called this episode Brennan Nation.
Wait, you've been emailing Shuli for years?
When he was at Stern, he never answered me one time with the Stern show. Back since 2018, maybe. Now,
I really don't remember Joey C. reaching out to me back on the Stern show. And Joey, you got to understand, when I was working for the show, you're trying to get my attention when I have a fucking, Hall of Fame lineup I'm dealing with over here between Tan Mom, High Pitch, Jeff the Drug. It's tough to get in on that roster. You really got to make an impression, like a Marfon Mike. You gotta really show up and make yourself known. So if I didn't get back to you, it's probably because it wasn't moving the needle, buddy. It's nothing personal,
Casey, when he asked him how he came about to get his job, and he said he harassed so horrendously, and that Shuli did the same thing. So when I fucking do it, Shuli forgets what he did.
Joey, I called the show. I didn't call Howard at home at night. That's not how I got hired. And had I done that, I guarantee I wouldn't have been hired there. And like he goes, he was a regular caller. So just because I'm aggressive, I'm in the same boat.
It looks like he's playing high-lie.
It really does.
Well, to be a contrarian, whatever Joey C's doing, he's got himself in the Dabbleverse somehow. So he didn't get on Howard, but he did ingratiate himself here somehow. So
the door's always open to crazy over here. You know what I mean? And it's like I got no choice. They come here whether I like it or not. This is a magnetic thing I have.
If you don't open the door, they break it down.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I have a magnetic thing with people, with nutballs. That's where the magnetism is. Thank you.
Yeah, but Kevin had a fair gripe the other day in the most legendary stream ever. He had nearly 2,200, I think, over watching it live. Not one black guy on the screen, Shuli. That's racist. I'm reporting you. Not one black guy. Yeah, I'm saying I'm reporting you to the YouTube terms of service. You have to have one black guy on every stream over 2,000 viewers for affirmative action. So,
Joe, go rent one real quick.
thank you. Yes, that's just you have to have one. That's the token black guy. Come on, you got to have the Robin Quivers. That's what you're missing, I think, in the Dabbleverse. We need a cool, what is it? Beetlejuice. Right. We need a Beetlejuice. You know.
Well, we do have a new show starting out with an African-American gentleman. I won't say who, but I'll just tell you the show is called Kwanzaa Air Day. Okay, that's what it's called.
That's what I want, a Kwanzaa show. I'm a culture vulture. I need some. Look, I don't want to listen to Aaron from Steel Toe rapping at weddings. I want a real, authentic rapper. I want a real guy from the streets.
Set up a Google number just for black people to apply. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Fucking Stern show. So if he would have got Howard's phone number, don't tell me he wouldn't have called it fucking 10 years ago before he started working. I guarantee he would have. Some idiot put it up in Shuli's chat room on the BS show. Now here I look at it, I'm saying, nah, someone's jerking my chain. I didn't expect it to be Shuli's number, but I'm sure gonna try it.
That person, Ray DeVito.
Well, I don't know who did it. I got mad at Shuli in the BS show. This is what he said I did. I got mad. I had a baby fit, and I sent 4 dick pictures to Shuli. That's what his belief that was.
So let's recap real quick in case you're not following along. Joey got mad at us, and in his anger, emailed us 4 dick pics.
That's a crime. He sent you unsolicited sexual pictures?
But there were 4 different ones, too.
Yeah.
And he's admitting that? That's a felony. You can't just send somebody, even if it's not your own dick, you can't do that. That's actually a crime.
Yeah. We have the pictures still. I mean, we enjoy
He has them on his wall.
Yeah. We framed them, but we have them.
Not the fact that why I sent them, but he only put in because he's a Shuli fucking.
Oh wait, he's mad that I didn't give the backstory to why he sent 4 dick pics.
It all makes sense if you hear the story.
Right, right. Now you make me look like an idiot by not telling the backstory. No, I just look like some wacko sending dick pics.
You should have hit him up after he said the dick picture and go, okay, you're in now.
You're it. Hello.
When can you start?
Yeah.
Ooga.
Not the fact that
that was Bob's face when he said
why I sent them, but he only put in because he's a Shuli fucking hack, drunk fucking German.
Yeah, Carlos, you heard what he said.
You got mad at an internet show, so you sent the host dick pics?
That's what he's saying.
You did. You sent 4.
But that's not the reason why I sent
4. All right. You did send 4 at different angles, or different dicks?
All different angles. Why? Someone pretending.
Did Annie go to Earl Skakel?
I like that he goes to Bob. Why did I send him, Bob? The truth. He goes, Bob, the truth. Like Bob was there with him when he took it or something. Tell him the truth, Bob. Why did I send it?
Can you close that shade a little? We're bleeding in too much light on this picture.
Someone pretending.
I like number 2 the best, Joey.
Every day, saying they were producer Joe and for the Shuli Network. Telling me this. I don't know. All I know is so they wanted naked pictures of my wife. I sent them naked pictures of me. Okay, fuck you.
So he claims. So he's been claiming, and I've talked to him about this numerous times, that our producer Joe reached out to him and said, Joe, from his producer Joe email. And he said,
Joe from the Shuli Empire.
Yeah, and he says, Joey, we want you to be a part of the show, but it's a cult, and to join it, you have to send us naked pics of your wife. And he texts me this, and I go, Joey, it's a troll. I go, nobody here, like, this is ridiculous. Just ignore him. Just block him. And he refuses to believe it. So to this day, he swears that Joe reached out to him and wanted naked pictures. So he said, I'm going to one up you. I'll send you naked pictures of me. And he sent the dick pics to us. In protest. So
now we're in a legally gray area because you guys did, and then maybe the pictures were indirectly solicited. But still, was it an actual dick pic from like an Android phone, or I mean, you think they were really his dick? You think they were Joey C's dick, or were they Google images?
Well, we sent them to an expert in Texas, but we didn't.
Yeah. Did you have this? I want a dick investigate this, because I mean, if he's using other people's dicks, now we might have a crime.
He did get glamour shots though. Joe, you saw him.
Yeah, you could see his face in a couple of the photos, so you know it's him.
Wow. So
his face is in it. So how do you get it? I mean, what's he standing in the mirror, just taking a picture of it? Just he's hanging wang in the mirror. I mean, how's his face?
Down, right? He's laying down.
Yeah, he's laying down, but a couple of them looked like somebody else might have taken them, like maybe his wife or something.
Well, his wife is an excellent producer. I will give her that. And you know, a couple of those shots looks like he was just showboating. You know what I mean? Just really strutting his stuff. So
yeah, he could have just sent 2, but he went for 4.
And fuck the dick pictures. I hope he enjoys them. You know who would be a bitch in prison?
4 days, Joey. 4 days.
Shuli would be a bitch in prison. He'd be washing socks.
He's 5'0". Of course he's gonna be the bitch anywhere. He's gonna be the bitch at the fucking Wawa. You know what I'm saying?
Shuli said I gotta make a choice because it's coming out tomorrow on your show, his show. I'm gonna be in the middle of who am I gonna choose, Stuttering John or you? And my reply to him was, listen, I love the hell out of Kevin. I even though Kevin
Clevin. I love the heck out of Clevin.
Who asked you this question? What are you answering?
Shuli said this today on the BS show.
They also asked you fuck, marry, or kill.
Right.
Who? What?
Fuck, marry, or kill, Kevin.
Fuck, marry, or kill. I just met her. He goes, I didn't know her. It starts with his excuse.
John or Shuli. That was another one.
Then I'm gonna go to the psycho. I'm gonna do the same thing I'm doing that I did to him. I'm gonna do the Kevin. I will never. I already told my stand.
If you come at me, wear those sunglasses so I recognize you from a distance.
Yeah, you know, hey, but pause it. Actually, you know what is kind of alarming about this is when Bob said "fuck, marry, kill," he made him repeat it because Joey C is so crazy that the kill, like he almost thinks it's like a real command and not just some sort of like sociological game that we play. He's like, kill, like he's serious. I mean, this whole
give me a location.
Like, oh, I know about a hitman and killing, and I mean, what the fuck? It's just his body language, the way
he got no proof. You got no proof.
I'm saying it doesn't even sound like he knows what fuck, marry, kill is. He doesn't even know what that game is. He only knows what actually his reference is like actually being a hitman and killing somebody is what. Wow.
Yeah, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say pretty much everybody on this screen would be a bitch in prison. All right, I got news for you. Nobody's taking charge.
I probably finally learned how to fold.
Exactly. Pick up some good habits while you're in there.
Your family. That's what John said to me on Sunday.
John, consider John. John's all fucked up in the head.
Kevin's doorman, Mr. Brennan, a large man that smelled like feet and said he was your best friend, dropped off a doll made out of pubic hair.
Dropped off a doll made out of pubic hair for you. Oh my God, fucking hilarious. Well, I mean, that's Joey C. He's
I actually have another Joey C clip here for you.
I mean, if we're on the Joey C train, let's go. What do you got?
So this is his stream from last night.
Okay.
And so he uses copyrighted music, so fair warning, we might get claimed on this, but believe me, it's worth it. See if you can pick up what's going on here in the beginning, the first 30 seconds.
Okay.
Well, on somebody's show, and we are live. I want to thank you guys see the screen. Very honored to have you here.
What?
So that I cut that was over the course of like the first 2 minutes or a minute of his show. That is his wife so there's a lot to unpack here. First of all, she's the bigger square on the screen for some reason when she could just be out of the stream like I am.
Okay.
But instead
so Joey's minimized for nothing in the center screen. Okay, got it.
And then that is her, and I think we all know what that sound is.
Well, she could have allergies. We don't know. Could be a Benadryl reaction.
Yeah.
No, that's cocaine. That's Hunter Biden right there. That is like I've heard that audio before.
I didn't know.
That's what that is. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I'm not an expert in that field, so I don't know. Can we hear that again?
Oh yeah.
Well, on somebody's show, and we are live.
And they're playing like reggae, war. Why can't we be friends? That's a drug
You
song.
guys see the screen. Very honored to have you here.
Listen, by no means am I trying to come off like an expert here, like I'm a broadcasting, genius or anything. But can I just say that if you're gonna do that, just lift that up, just lift it up. So try not to have the mic by where you're snorting. That is just the only tip I'd have. All other than that, show sounds great. Sounds great. Okay.
Sorry. So after that, it gets kind of weird, believe it or not.
Wow, really? Stein rules.
So, Chad,
The audio's great.
I need this on our network.
Shuli,
Okay, so now here's
So now
part
this-
two of
Yeah, this is his wife, the producer, putting this message up.
yes, and so again, lot to unpack here. So we're starting at
Made out of
9:30.
boxes.
Yeah. So the periods, the punctuation, but also there's two different times. It says we're starting at 9:30.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
says see you at 9:20.
And meanwhile, they're on. They've started. So this message, who is this message for? I mean, if you're watching, you know it started.
And I don't know how
Yeah.
one changes the roof on their house. That's a
Yeah, what
process.
does that mean? It says we're starting at 9:30 p.m. It's raining, and our house is made out of boxes. Are they homeless? Do they live on the street? I mean, what does that mean?
They have Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
I mean-
well, they can steal that from McDonald's, but how is that? What does that mean? Boxes?
I
Is
think
it-
he's saying that, okay, the roof.
the roof's broken, and they have
They're
boxes
using
covering it.
boxes up there to stop anything from coming in, but when it rains, we got to fix the boxes. We got new boxes, I guess.
I don't know.
Oh,
It
that
looks like
makes sense.
Looks like he's got a beautiful brick wall behind him. So I don't know.
I hope his piano don't get wet.
He
From
just
the
got a
other
new
day.
mic, but they live in cardboard. We don't know that for a fact. Just the roof might be
Live
Yeah.
from the Maytag box. The fucking dog keeps pushing the fucking thing.
Well, aren't you glad you got a new
But then
dog? That's what you
KB,
needed.
who never, unless you do something bad to him, he don't say much about you. So,
He's listening to
is
himself.
everybody hearing a feedback
Yeah.
or something? Because I'm getting a bad feedback. Like I'm hearing talking to the mic and I'm hearing it somewhere, and I don't know where it's coming
It's
from.
playing
Oh,
on
I
his
know where it's coming
computer.
from. You see how much I'm an idiot? I got my speakers on, and that's why I'm like, what the?
Yeah, we know, Joe.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's better. Whew. All right. Anyhow, so you got to piss Kevin Brennan off really bad to be on his bad side. If you cross him, you're done. And he
took my arm.
What happened?
Well, he's off.
Oh no, she muted him.
Yeah, well, listen, when she wants to start at 9:30 or 9:20, she's not fucking around, man.
He's muted from the producer, or he did it himself, Joe. Do you know?
I couldn't tell, but I think he did it himself because he sorts it out here in a second.
2 minutes. He's unmute. This is the best. I'm telling you, this guy's a star. I can feel it. I mean, he's gonna get
There must
arrested.
not. There must not be one person watching in the chat saying, "Hey, you're freaking muted."
Yeah.
I mean, he's not looking, obviously.
Well, and that's the new thing now too, is people go, "You're muted.
You're
your
muted,
audio's
and you're
out."
not. Yeah.
And you're not. And I was watching somebody do that to him the other night for 5 minutes, going, "Babe, can you hear me?" And he's talking to his wife. It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Wow, he's still going with this
This is
shit.
at 4 times speed, by the way.
Wow. Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
You should think about keeping it like this.
Chandler, heard of a tarp? Cardboard is possibly the worst material for that. Yeah, for rain, you can put cardboard up. How long is this? I gotta hear it when he comes back on.
Is it muted now?
Okay, we'll see you next week. Thanks for coming by.
And that's
I know
who
you can hear me
killed
now.
Kennedy. You know, it comes back on and he's revealing something huge.
No, it doesn't say that no more on my side.
Hey, hello. Yeah. Wait, I'm getting sick.
Space Chief said,
Can't hear
I'm
you.
using
Can you hear me
thread
now?
to patch the hole in the roof.
Can you hear me now, Christina?
I like this. Was a fun game when
I
Bob
can't
had a
hear
light
you in
on.
the mic no more. What the hell's going on?
I remember that.
Hello, testing. Well, it's showing that my mic's on.
Good thing you guys aren't on until
Testing,
9:30,
can you hear
9:20.
Okay. All right. Okay, I started out I was talking about the first 3 minutes. And a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
people
go
said they
back
couldn't hear
over
me.
all that. Yeah.
Babe, when we made the chips that they're
Listen to this microphone. Listen to this. Superstar. Superstar.
Got to come on.
Under the right tutelage and guidance, this man it will be huge. Guaranteed. Mark my words. Adderall Alex should apologize to Owen Benjamin. What did you do to Owen?
No, I'm friendly with Owen actually, but and him and I've texted and made up a little bit. But dude, long story short, I'm friendly with Owen. I've done his podcast, he's done mine.
Yeah.
And right when I got my Blaze show, he's like, I want to, he was like, hey, I want to come on your show. I was like, you can come on my show. Well, I didn't realize this. Well, I knew this actually. I knew that he was on Crowder's show. This was when I signed with the Blaze. My show was coming out right when Crowder was leaving the Blaze. They have a non-disparagement agreement. I didn't realize this. I didn't know that there was this much heat between Owen and Crowder. So when Owen is going to come on my show, the only person the Blaze has ever said, hey, and they didn't even say no. They said, hey, for a certain amount of time, we can't disparage Steven Crowder. Owen has publicly disparaged him. We respect Steven Crowder. We're not going to bring on some guy that doesn't like him to come on your show and potentially shit on your live show. So you got to tell Owen that he can come on just in the future. So I tell Owen this. Owen freaks out. Alex won't have me on his fucking show. So I call Owen. I'm like, dude, Owen, give me a couple months. Like, they didn't even say no. They were actually very cool. They're just like, literally, Steven Crowder left 2 weeks ago. We're not going to have you on, a guy that, they paid millions of dollars, just important person to their network they have respect for, and potentially getting some sort of lawsuit because of one guest on my dumbass show, the smallest, least important show on their network. And so he freaked out. I thought I'd smooth it over. Then he goes on right after I talked to him. It's like, fuck Alex Stein. I don't want to go on a show. He's a fucking loser. He's a con ink. He's a closeted homo. He sucks dick. Every single thing you can say. I still don't even care because I'm like, this is Owen Benjamin. I'm not, I honestly don't care. I like Owen. It's kind of funny. I don't take it personal. And then fucking he sends me a text message out of the blue like 3 months later. It's like, dude, why am I not on your show yet? And I'm like, you said that fuck me, you don't want to come on anymore. So I kind of stopped working on it, Owen. Do you want to come on my show or not? And so it's just like, dude, to this person, Blinky Jedi, I like Owen. Owen and I have no beef. Owen will come on my show. We smooth it over. But, dude, it's just a clusterfuck after a clusterfuck after a clusterfuck. The heat dies. And then all of a sudden, Owen's like, brings it back up. So it's almost kind of like this I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't situation with Owen. But I'm going to have him on.
Why am I not on? And Alex is like, I'm busy sucking dick.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Taking anal. I mean, what the hell? And, and this is the other thing is I'm very blessed. The Blaze pays me good, but I'm not a millionaire, not even close to a millionaire. I mean, people think I'm just like rolling in the dough and that it's literally a podcast company. They're producing podcasts. It's not.
You're not the Howard Stern of Blaze. You don't have that snap a finger, make it happen type of pull. Right.
Exactly right. But I got no beef with Owen. I like Owen, and him and I right now things are okay, and I'm working on it. And hopefully in a month or two I can have him on, because that'll be like 6 months since Crowder's officially left.
Joey C is as interesting as Opie's DIY stories. Ban him. Husey, love you, buddy. Hope all is well. Husey again, hang on. A lawyer that wears a hat indoors was sneaky? No way. John Cena is steel toe. You can't see me. Pleasure my wife. What's up? Shuli once walked into a wall with a full erection and broke his nose. Ew, big fan. Thank you, Anthony. Desi's not woke, becoming a member. Thank you, Desi.
I love how John got a free membership. That was epic. That was great.
They're always gifted here, and John was lurking in the chat thinking he could sneak away, and sure enough, busted. Now he's a member, and he's most likely watching right now. Steel Toe reminds me of Handsome Dan in Wayne's World 2. Classic radio voice, but looks like a melted candle. Uh-huh. One of the best characters ever. B. Kells becoming a member. Welcome back, B. Kells. The Shuli Empire strikes hack. That's killer. Alex, you a coward. Didn't go train boxing with Aaron. Zen Rhino.
Yeah. Aaron wanted me to just fly up to Minnesota. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I'm busy. I had 6 weeks to train. I my Spirit, even though I do fly Spirit Airlines, I just couldn't, go to Spirit Airlines and go to Minnesota and train with Aaron. I love Aaron, but I couldn't do it. Sorry.
How are you supposed to train with a guy who's just going to put his arms out and go limp?
Yeah, he just go limp. Aaron's telling me he's such a great fighter. Now, Aaron, you need to freaking answer to that clip. He's like, dude, I'm a trainer. I box, this and that. And apparently, this wedding, you had your time. You could have been throwing bows. I'm
in a public place.
Red flags.
I'm in a public place. It was like a karate master. I only use my craft in the dojo. I'm not allowed. Go ahead. What do we got?
Remember when Mr. Miyagi let himself get the shit beat out of him?
Right. Get Ray on the blimp. $2 from Sheckler. Love you, Sheck. Mike Earth is Flat Morse. This Alex Stein guy. He's my kind of guy. Yeah, goddamn right.
Nice wall.
Happy Wednesday. I almost forgot. Thank you, Bull. Flex, thank you for the $2. KB is a modern day telephone tough guy. That's why he hides in his house. What not chaser? Alex Stein.
Well, real quick, didn't Kevin, who is the comic, Gary Goldman? Didn't Gary Goldman punch Kevin?
Oh, there was a few of them. He had an altercation with Gary Goldman. He had an altercation with Bobby Kelly. And he had an
Bobby and him are friends, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean, Gary Goldman, I think, was like a little. Yeah. But Gary Goldman's supposed to be like 6'4" or something, and
big. Goldman's big, and Kevin, like most women who have been attacked, posted pictures of his wounds later that night on the internet.
Yeah, he grabbed him by the neck or something.
Yeah, he just fucking pawed him. Goldman's
I think he said he was a 9-foot Jew. He got attacked by a 9-foot Jew in the documentary.
He's the Goldberg of the Jewish comedy world, all right? Nobody's fucking with Goldman, that's for sure. Alex Stein makes me want to club a kid with tism. IHR. Kevin, outdone. $2. I turned off MLC before the end for the first time yesterday. Couldn't stand listening to Joey. Sorry, Val. Your Schwartz is as big as mine. Thank you, Flex. Stalker, I know where you all live, but Stalker? Yeah, that was a good one. Man, Bubba's gone downhill since leaving Sirius. Look at how obsessed Kevin is with Shuli. He'll have this nutcase on over under 3 skin-covered lamps. Hi, Alex. Will Heron.
Will's great.
Yes. Joey C. Fuck, Mary, kill. Shuli, and Shuli.
That's my list, too.
River, love River, $4.99. Just some support for you guys. Congrats on the pool, Bob.
Thank you. They're doing the electric right now, so that's great.
Whatever you got to tell yourself, it's fine. Guess we know what the C stands for in Joey C. I think that's what he's talking about.
You always buy drugs first before you get your roof fixed.
Well, guess what? A real addict, that's 100% true.
Yeah.
That comes before anything else. Anything. So, yeah, I don't doubt that.
Bob, I can't believe you're taking all those Xan bars. I got to go here in a second. It's almost 9:30, but tell me this. So, Bob, when you were on those Xanax, were you taking them kind of at first for like stand up? Because it's kind of nice. I don't take Xanax now, but I used to take them in college. I got kind of whacked out on them and stopped taking them. But there is something nice where if you drink, you kind of get fucked up. But if you took a little bit of Xanax before you go on stage, you're really comfortable. Did you ever do that?
I stopped drinking, and I go, yeah, it's going to be weird going on stage. I'm going to feel a little nervous. And he's like, just take these. And he said, I can get you Xanax. And then he was a fan. He was a huge fan. And I brought Beetlejuice in there one time because Beetle had a bad cold here. And then he said, I would be like, yeah, I don't really feel it. And he's like, oh, well, just up it, and it just kept going. It went to 6 milligrams a day, and it overtakes you probably in about 8 months. You're totally hooked.
Well, this is why I think Xanax is probably the strongest drugs. I mean, say you know what you will. Well, fentanyl is technically the strongest opioid. Cocaine, you can be scared to death of flying on a plane. That could be your biggest fear, and then you can take a Xanax and you can get on any plane. To me, that's like a really effective drug that can turn off that part of your brain, the fear part, and make it where you're so scared. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm not scared anymore. that is a potent drug, and like that's what you get addicted to is that relief from stress and anxiety. It's a hell of a drug.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. Made for a hell of a version of Bob Levy. I can tell you that. One
That
I
was
will
only
never
10 years of my life.
Right.
And this is the other thing. This is advice. Not that you need my advice, but dude, when you were just for a short time, you guys were reacting to the road stories, the road stuff. You guys got to go back to that. Have you been doing that again?
Yeah,
those are
have.
That's okay. Is that behind the Patreon? That was my favorite when it was like you guys in the hotel and it was in the car and it was Richard and I mean, dude, those memories to me as a fan, I like hearing your commentary on like not the show stuff, but the outside the show stuff. That was I thought that was great. And that's why.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, and this is why I've given you a little bit of heat publicly because I said, oh, we beat the Stuttering John thing to death, but now he's back from the dead, so you got lucky with that. But you do have a rightful heir to it because you actually worked there, you actually were part of it, so it's kind of like you do have some ownership over it that Carl doesn't. You know, Carl kind of noticed it first, but he doesn't have the actual connection from Howard, so that's why it is good. You guys both need to coexist, obviously.
Yes, absolutely.
Point,
we have the next Freddie Mercury we're doing is the Hack Pack fight. We're gonna watch that with us and Artie in the studio and Richard and myself and Bob on the phone and we got a ton of on the road with the Killers of Comedy. We have a ton more videos to go through.
Go through those. I remember I watched the whole one. I don't know why the nostalgia for me because that's what I was saying that to somebody else too. You were the last heartbeat the show had. You know, the drama with Brent going to LA and then couldn't get laid, and then when all that stopped, when that story arc died, the show basically became unfunny. I mean, I don't even remember anything after that. There was like one bit where. Mehmet wanted to have like a jack off thing in Times Square or something. I mean, there's literally, I'm just trying to think of like memorable moments of the show. That's the last memorable thing was that arc with Brent. And then, the Whack Pack, what you did with, Eric, the actor, you were the last person to talk to him before he died. I go back and listen to those clips today and it was just crazy with Jan. Those were, I can go back and listen, and I can remember where I am in like 2010 or 2011, and the world is such a different place. That's why I like listening to that too, because the world was so different. It's
no different than putting on an old game or an old boxing or something that you watched or saw when you were a kid, and you put it on again, and it just takes you right back to
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Well, that's why I'm
that's
so
how old
messed
you
up.
are.
Well, Shuli, I don't watch any Marvel shit. I don't like comic books, but from a little kid, I would go to school. My mom would be listening to Howard Stern and then the E-show. So my whole childhood was like degenerate Howard Stern, and that's why I am such a degenerate. I literally, that is why. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
We're full circle. You manifested being a degenerate.
Yeah, exactly. I manifested being friends with you. I manifested being friends with Bob. Manifested being friends with, and I had Laura Trump on my show, and I asked her if she did anal. And I said I did that because of Howard. So I'm just saying, I mean, there is still something with Howard, that he was the greatest broadcaster of all time.
What did she say?
Hands,
what did she say?
She kind of a roundabout way. I said in kind of a nice way. I go, well, the Bible is not into anal, but are you into anal? And then she kind of was like, well, between a husband and wife. She gave a biblical answer to it and kind of didn't really talk about whether she never admitted to it, but she kind of gave like, anal's cool.
Put up card up. Kid. He was telling the story, me and you, and he skips Mike. That's all Mike needs.
Of course. That's the way every story
of course. Come on, this is the. Well, I mean, Mike is essential to the show, but I think the memories of Howard. I never saw Mike on the freaking E show eating, blue cheese or doing a roast or whatever the hell. No disrespect, Mike. I mean,
Mike was a behind the scenes rich nerd, one of my favorite songs.
I did do 2 roasts.
So, you did. You did the roast. I know you did some music.
I did.
What did you do? Remember the Ralphie Cake song? Ralphie Cakes. You remember that? That was Mike Morris.
Oh wow.
The John Hines song, Rich Nerd. which was one of my favorites.
Wait, but isn't one of the biggest dramas of the show Dan, the song parody man, that you stayed on his couch when you first moved there? Was it Dan? Is that who it was, Shuli? Wasn't that the
I never stayed on Dan's couch, but Dan was a weird dude. Dan
he was a weird guy because one time he got mad that you guys didn't want him to go to Ruth's Chris or whatever the steakhouse is. I forget the steakhouse down at the bottom. What's
fuck, what was the steakhouse?
Del Frisco's, yeah. They didn't, and he like glommed onto that. You guys didn't like Dan the song parody man. You guys couldn't get him out of the building fast enough.
One of my favorites is he was going in an elevator. He was getting in the elevator. There was some porn or playmate chick or whatever up there, and she brought like an entourage. So a couple of her girlfriends in the entourage wanted to go smoke a cigarette, I guess. And Dan, being the helper that he is, decides to go down with them to go smoke with them. Now they're in an elevator. I'm walking through the hallway, and in the elevator is like 3 chicks, Dan the song parody man, and Mel Karmazin, who at the time
runs the network.
What was running Sirius? He was our boss of boss, right? And without missing a beat, I walk by, and the doors are closing. Dan jams his hand, opens the door back up, and goes, "Shuli, you got any raps?" And I go, huh? Because I never heard that term before. I go, what? And he goes, papers, like that. And and I look over at Mel, and I just walk away. I just walked away.
Oh my God.
And I'm going, dude, could you not ask me if I have papers on me in front of the fucking owner of this company? Sorry, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mel Karmazin.
Shout out to Dan. Shout out to Alex Stein, man. The Blaze. So much going on. You're everywhere. And this fight, dude. July 22nd. I want to come out for this thing. I want to watch, support you. I want to be there. All right,
dude. Seriously, no. And I'm telling you, Shuli, it'll be a good deal if you come up there. A Keemstar, like these guys. Honestly, a lot of these guys I don't really know.
Action Man is.
So I don't know Action Man, but Brandon Herrera is a guy named Donut Operator. Has a huge YouTube page, has 1 million subs, and his Instagram's 1 million subs. He's actually a badass. My point is, there's gonna be a lot of cool like Logan Paul, KSI. They own. It's sponsored by Prime, so all the Prime athletes.
Okay.
It's good. You got it. If you really want to come, I'll give you ringside seats. So just text me if you really. Okay. I'll bug you before, but dude, it's gonna be wild. And if I win, we're gonna have a crazy party.
When you win, sir.
When I win. And I'm gonna have to box again. After this. And people are saying, "Oh, why are you doing it?" They're paying me $10,000.
Come on.
And And so, hello, I like that. But I'll have to fight again.
I work with Jay Thomas. I remember Jay Thomas had to leave a show early one Friday because he had to go record voiceovers for ghost stories. And I said, "Oh, you believe in ghosts?" He goes, "I believe in $10,000 going in my bank." Yeah. That's what he believes in. So respect.
Jay Thomas is great. So
one of the best.
He was actually conservative back in those days. He was.
You remember him? You remember him going on Howard about Katrina, and he said that God basically flushed the toilet and got rid of all the shit. And I mean, he caught so much shit for that. But never apologized, never. He was old school, man. He was old school.
And then there was that interview. He was talking about how he used to fuck at the radio station, the first radio station he worked at. He was like, yeah, every day I'd bang the girl on the desk right before we start the show. He was a badass. Jay Thomas, he was a badass. Yeah.
Yes. Shout out to Alex Stein. Give him a follow. Yeah. I mean, you know him. You see him all over the internet. Thank you, Alex, for coming by.
We love you, Kevin. Do not get mad. I'm still Kevin. I worship at the altar of Kevin Brennan. Please don't hate me. I know you're watching. All right. Hi, Kevin's lawyer. Bye.
Take care. Oh, man.
Love that dude, man. Love that dude. Alex. What is this now? John called in to a show that, the Drew and Mike show. So Carl was on the Drew and Mike show. I think they're out of Detroit. I don't know a ton about them. So
do we want to get paid first?
Hold on, let me play this, and then we'll do something.
Can't hear it.
Into this amazing show that we did Sunday night. You can find it on the Shuli Network. It was an Uncle Rico episode where it was all the guys in Uncle Rico: Bob Levy, Shuli Egar, Mike Morse, and then they brought in myself. They brought in Chad Zumock, who's Nobody knew this was going on until this happened. They brought in Anthony Cumia, and then later on, Jim Florentine joined us. So we had this whole crew watching John do his show with Chad, where Chad's trolling him the whole time, and John did not know.
Okay, that's a lot of people, Carl. Was the sum of the parts greater than the whole, or the whole greater than the sum of its parts?
It was too many people. But for the most part, everyone there is a professional. So we're not talking over each other. It wasn't obnoxious. We're watching the clips. We were chiming in when we needed to, but actually a lot of restraint.
Does he call in at some point, Joe? Because it said he calls in. Do you know where?
Yeah, it should have been queued up right to that part.
Yeah, I've never seen 7 guys who all host shows, who all know to get out of the way of what's actually happening. It was great.
Yeah, I was going to say, inviting 6 people for a snipe thing like that, it just seems like that's way too many people. But
well, that wasn't a snipe. That was playing clips of John's show with Chad, where Chad was trolling him and John didn't know.
Okay, just the clips. Okay. That's still challenging with 7 people, but I want to see it just to see if what you're saying is true.
So now that happened, John thought he was friends with Chad Zumock. Then he saw that on Sunday night. So now they're enemies. Then he thought he was friends with Kevin Brennan. Now they
all right. Jim Dash says keep watching. For how long? I don't want to play their whole show, Jim.
I could just watch Carl for hours.
I can too. I'll be on with him today, later today, with Brian Johnson and Carl live, WATP.
It was epic, somebody said.
It was epic. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, you want to let's do this. Let's do the break. How long's the break?
6 minutes.
Okay, let's do the break. Look through that in the break, find it, and then we'll come back. We'll play that. What else do we have? Wait, so I
Sure, there's a bunch of super chats we got to get to, right?
Yeah, we got that. That's a funny picture in the. You got to put that picture, Mike. Put up in the Discord.
Yeah, there's some good pictures in the Discord. We have some more steel toe stuff if we want to get to it. The wrestling names game.
Okay. Okay. All right. We got a lot of stuff. Sit tight. We're over 1,000. We're back at 900. You guys are fucking hanging and banging today with us. Love it. Love it. Hang in there. We're gonna close strong. All right. Yeah. Don't go nowhere, bitch. We'll be right back. Folks, I want to tell you about one of our newest sponsors here at the Shuli Network. Of course, I'm talking about Factor. Now, I didn't know anything about Factor until they signed up. They're the #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, and I got to tell you something. I'm a guy who is not a fan of stuff that's good for you and healthy. It usually all tastes like crap. This is different. I mean, 2 of my favorites off the top of my head, the turkey chili and zucchini, and of course the jalapeno lime cheddar chicken. Delicious. You get these personalized little meals sent to you. They got smoothies. Everything's delicious. The smoothies are gone. We went through the whole family, kids, wife, everybody. And like I said, it's America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. It can help you fuel up fast with flavorful and nutritious ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track reaching your goals. I get it. Summer's a busy time. Kids want to go here. They want to go there. Soccer, summer camp, this, that. Oh, why do we have them? And you're too busy to cook, but you want to make sure everybody's still eating well. Well, with Factor, you can skip the trip to the grocery store, skip the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too, while still getting the flavor and nutritional quality that you need. Factor's fresh. It's never frozen meals. They're ready in just 2 minutes. So all you got to do, heat it up and enjoy it. And then you get back outside in the warm weather and soak it all in. Maybe you're looking for a calorie-conscious summer. Okay, try the delicious dietitian-approved Calorie Smart meals with around less than 550 calories per serving. How's that sound? You need an extra boost to support your wellness goals this summer? Try protein meals with 30 grams of protein or more per serving. Elevate eating at home with our new upscale Surf and Turf and Surf meal options. I mean, I'm talking roasted garlic filet mignon and shrimp. And of course, Cajun spiced shrimp and salmon. Delicious. They offer delicious flavor-packed options on the menu each week that fit a variety of lifestyles from keto to calorie smart, vegan, veggie, protein plus, you name it. Everything's prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians. Each meal has all the ingredients you need to feel satisfied all day long while meeting your goals. And if you're looking to mix it up, you can add protein and vegan meals each week. Choose from over 34 chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, featuring premium ingredients such as broccolini, leeks, truffle butter, asparagus. Plus, you can round out your meal, replenish your snack supply with assortment of over 45 add-ons, including breakfast items like delicious apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, potato, bacon, egg, and skillet breakfast. Or for an easy wellness boost, try refreshing beverage options like cold-pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. I can't hype these smoothies enough. They were so good. They went so fast in this house. And if you're looking to pack in more protein, conveniently add on filling options like salmon, filet, or chicken wings to your Factor meals to support your nutritional goals any time of the day. Want to budget this month out by cutting back on takeout? It's not a bad idea, and Factor can help. Not only is Factor cheaper than takeout, but meals are ready faster than the restaurant will deliver. 2 minutes. Find me a restaurant that can do that. If you do, you're living in it. With Factor, you can rest assured you're making a sustainable choice. We offset 100% of our delivery emissions to your door. Source 100% renewable electricity for our production sites and offices. This June, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered right to your door, and they're ready in just 2 minutes. That means no prep, and most of all, no mess. So head to factormeals.com/Shuli50, SHULI50, and you use that code Shuli50. Guess what you get? 50% off your first box. That's code Shuli50 at factormeals.com/Shuli50. And you're going to get 50% off your first box. And you will realize that I was right this whole time about Factor. They're awesome. Thank you, Factor, for sponsoring the network. And let's get back to the show. Summer's coming. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? Manscaped is here to ensure your body is ready for the wild with their game-changing full-body grooming and hygiene products. Don't be the guy at the beach with the Austin Powers chest hair. And if you grew some winter man tits, the least you can do is make sure they're hairless. It's time to get ready for hot guy summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with your code SHULISHOW. Manscaped is dedicated to helping you increase your confidence. Level up your full-body grooming game with Performance Package 4.0. The Performance Package 4.0 kit comes with the Essential Lawnmower 4.0 waterproof cordless body trimmer. It also comes with a ton of liquid formulations to round out your grooming routine. Whether you're trimming your chest or the treasure chest in your pants, this is the best trimmer on the market. The trimmer's got a ceramic blade designed to cut hair on loose skin and reduce grooming accidents thanks to advanced skin-safe technology. You can even trim an arrow pointing down to the promised land if you're bold enough. But really, if you gotta point it out to them, your partner's an idiot. Inside the Performance Package, you also find Manscaped's Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner. It's an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer because it's summer, and you know how painful chafing can be when you're wearing a bathing suit all day, right? And you know what else people don't like? Nose hair. So their package also comes with the Weed Whacker 2.0. Did I mention you get 2 free gifts? The Shed Travel Bag, and the patented high-performance reduced chafing Manscaped boxers, which are my favorite. Wear them religiously. In fact, I don't even wash them. Oh, by the way, if you're wearing sandals, I'm not going to lecture you about it, but I will tell you that you need to get Manscaped Shears 2.0 Nail Kit. Not a good look to be wearing sandals and picking up trash while wearing sandals. Having the right tools for grooming is essential, so do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the job. So not only will you be getting the right tools, but you'll also be getting 20% off plus free shipping with the code SHULISHOW at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code SHULISHOW, SHULISHOW at manscaped.com. Trim your chesticles with the besticles. You'll love Manscaped, and we love you, Manscaped, for supporting the show. Let's get back to the show. What is he doing?
Okay. Yeah, we gotta run out anyway. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're the man behind the curtain.
I'm doing it right. Here we go. Here we go.
There we go. No time like the present. First of all, big thank you to David Chandler during the break. I mean, this guy is so modest. He doesn't even do it during the live show. During the break, gifting 20 memberships. Is that right?
Thank
Joe?
you.
Did I get that right?
Yes, sir. 20.
Wow.
Wow.
David Chandler, man. Love you, buddy.
What do they do? Oh, I love
Glad
the
you're back
extra.
in the mix.
Hold
Glad
on.
you're back, buddy. We missed you. We speak your name. Shout out, David Chandler. Now where's he going?
I don't know.
He's on.
Got my tea.
He's on a mission today. You still looking for that, baby?
Yeah, we're checking with Eric as well. He cut the clip.
Eric's the man.
If he
I
knows,
love me some
I'm
Eric.
still scrubbing through it. I do have some steel toe stuff.
Okay, let's do that while we wait. Boy, am I making this guy look bad. That's great. That's great.
So the first thing this morning was this. This is the description of their episode this morning, where they said that they crossed over 10,000 subs. So they're celebrating today.
Okay, cool.
The problem is they haven't.
Still?
Yeah.
Boy, people are really fucking with them about that, huh?
And then I noticed this because, Steel Toe said that you guys have a lot to learn.
You're a numbers guy, and this guy went after you. So I'll set it up.
Not after me. He went after you guys. He said he was teaching you guys how to do a morning show, and you needed lessons from him about radio and broadcasting. And you guys obviously know nothing. You're just a bunch of fucking humps.
Well, listen, if he wants to learn how to make a woman come, he can call me.
Wait, did you add that humps part yourself? I feel like.
Yeah, I'm editorializing a tad.
Okay, go ahead.
But I noticed, he created his YouTube channel. What is that? 12 years ago, and in those 12 years, has amassed 2.2 million views, and I was extremely impressed by that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of views.
Yeah.
Then I noticed that our YouTube channel, that's been active for 2 years, has more than double the amount of views.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's because people like us more.
We have the eye candy that is Mike Morse.
Yeah.
People, that's what they
blessing and a curse.
And over 14,000 subs. So while he's teaching you guys how to do radio, maybe we can teach him how to get subs.
Yeah, but you know me, I don't like showing numbers. Okay. So, this is,
And then I noticed these numbers.
What happened?
So first of all, he had 322 watching this morning, killing it.
It's you off.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. It's like he steel toe age real quickly.
And then notice yesterday's shows and the day before 1,500, 2, 1.5, 1.2, 566 on that one. And then look at the bottom row just 2 weeks ago where he was pulling in over 4,000, 5,000 views a show.
Well, so what happened?
I don't know. But perhaps he could give us a lesson in what he's done so we can mimic his results.
All right. And that's Joe's segment. Mic drop with Joe, with producer Joe.
Fuck you, Aaron.
So we had what, 2 million listeners in how long?
We had 4.5 million.
We had 4.5 million people watched our shit in 2 years.
Wow.
That's what he was showing. Joe is a petty cunt. I love it. Yep. Yeah. So I love it too. He's the Claude Lemieux of the podcasting world. You love him on your team. You hate him sitting on the other team.
Joe just got his nails done yesterday. You can tell he's ready to scratch.
What is this? I see it here. Another Joey C thing. Joey C explodes on Shuli the hack.
Yeah, probably.
Get in line, Joey.
It's not like him.
Oh, I like that it's a YouTube short. That's good.
I can't believe I'm going to have the electric today. It's fucking.
None of us can believe it.
I'm just shocked.
Yeah, we're all in shock.
Well, we'll see.
Yep.
What is that?
Where's the volume?
Well, hello, everybody. We're live, and we were just checking out the BS show. So let's go. Let me say what. Shuli, you're a fucking hack. Nothing but a hack.
Wait a minute. He's got the half a mustache on this one.
He's like Two-Face from Batman.
This side I'm a woman. This side I'm a man.
Remember the old impersonators
Yeah,
where they would
yeah.
have the face would be a woman and
Yeah.
and they would just turn and keep singing.
Okay, when people call you out on your fucking true resume, you're a fucking whack-tacker babysitter. You're a hack. I'm not afraid of you. You ain't shutting down nobody. And Kevin Brennan is the best. At least he fucking knows how to fucking talk. You fucking Jew cocksucker.
Whoa.
He took it up a fucking step there.
Joe, take it easy.
Well, yeah, he is impersonating KB, and KB's got like what him and John are doing it now. It's amazing.
This
He
short
nailed
was
it,
the
the whole
best
thing.
sounding Joey ever. Yeah, you're right, Buckshot. You're 100%.
The hack, the anti-Semitism, he's got all of it.
He's good.
Yeah, that's right, folks. You all people in Shuli's chat, believe what you fucking want, okay? I hope you enjoyed my pictures because there's more to come, okay? But let me tell you something. When you want to get away from a fucking dog show like the BS show, the Miserable Men show, the Uncle fucking Rico show, which Stuttering John slammed him down. He's butt rash because Kevin's
And then the short ended.
Wow.
Send him a link.
Yeah, where is this man? I gotta talk to him.
Tiff.
He is winning me over.
Show me the numbers.
Now, what is this? This is Jake and him. Who's gifting 10? Tiff.
Yeah.
Tiff, you're the best. Thank you, Tiff. Thank you, Tiff. We need all the gifted memberships we can get to take down this Joey C empire. Hang on, Jake. I am using the bathroom.
Oh my
Joey
God.
C. Oh no. Here we go.
I thought they broke up. I thought Jake tossed him to the
Oh,
side.
can you hear me? I'm live. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's
I'm with
up?
my partner, Jake. Jake, here. Jake, you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. What's up?
Don't
It's always a different problem, too. It's never the same problem.
Hi, I'm the Gamorrean guard.
Look at Jake.
What?
I love it.
I'm the Gamorrean guard. I was in Return of the Jedi and a little stint in the Clone Wars. I don't know if you remember that.
He needs a daily late night TSN show. I agree. I just love the idea of coming in every morning and watching clips of guy I'm paying to shit on me every day on the network.
Yeah, overnight with Joey C.
Joey, the graveyard shift with Joey C. I love that.
Talk up
What's
there,
up,
but I gotta fix this sound.
guys?
That's
How's
what I've been
everybody
doing. It should be coming on right.
This is the show.
Sound
What's
right.
up? I just got
How
some
dare you.
stickers. I just got some more
How dare you.
stickers, by the way. I just got some stickers.
Hang on, Jake.
Stickers.
Hang on.
Why did we not open with this? What are we even sitting on this cold for?
He felt this was worthy of making a short out of.
It's unbelievable. and it's like two people are just hanging out and someone started a show without their knowledge.
Stickers.
I expect the waitress to come over and go, "You guys ready to order yet?"
Oh my God. Oh, I want this show.
Jake, can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother.
I don't know why.
Dang it, mother.
Jake, can you hear me?
I can hear you. God damn it, we're having this issue again.
I can hear you. The people who took down these towers can hear you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jake, I need you to talk to Joey C and lock him in.
I can hear you.
I like when Jake gets mad.
He said, I can hear you. What did Mark Spriggan say? The longest short ever.
Did you see what Joey wrote there? Hang on, Jake. I'm using the bathroom.
Yeah. And then he pops up in his wife beater.
All right, we're live.
Can you hear me? I'm live. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's
I'm with
up?
my partner, Jake. Jake, here. Jake, can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. What's up?
I can hear you. What's up? That's the show.
I can hear you. What's up? Yeah, that is great. That is great. Chim.
Tell me the numbers.
Thank you for gifting, Chim. God damn, that's great. Oh my God. Please search that whole catalog. Find me more shorts.
I think Austin has the Carl thing pulled up.
Oh, okay.
At that time. So John like freaked out about it. So Kevin goes on his show yesterday on Misery Loves Company and goes, I'm out of the Stuttering John business. This guy is a lunatic. And so, of course, John freaked out about it. John's calling me right now, by the way.
Oh, answer it.
On speaker.
Oh my God.
Hey John, I'm on the Drew and Mike show. They can hear you, buddy.
I've never heard of them.
Buddy.
Oh, he says call him after.
No. Just ask him real quick.
Call me after. So loud you can hear through the earpiece.
I'll call you after, all right, buddy?
I hear him in the distance. Drew from Drew and Michael, I don't know.
All right, see ya.
Well,
it's funny, Scott, because you and I have never heard of Drew and Mike.
So I bought a house in Florida. This is I don't even know how to explain this.
Ooh. Well.
I'm getting threats from a guy that I was just talking to on the phone. So
wow,
I gotta figure that out.
Wait, John's threatening you?
Yeah. He just sent me notes threatening me. He knows where I live, and he's threatening me. And I'm like,
oh, he knows your address in Florida.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So he sent
Hold
me,
on,
he
pause
sent me
it.
a threat, and I wrote.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Getting a call here from Gino Bisconti. Gino, you're on the air. Hello.
Well, welcome to Inception. You're on the air as well on Gum Friday. Let me explain how you guys are doing it, because Steve just talked for 10 minutes about Joe Rogan and this great episode, and I said, Ray DeVito doesn't know how to cook a steak, and that's when the questions began. No one gives a fuck about Joe Rogan. Ray DeVito never made a steak, and then I told him the story about how I put a picture of Keanu up like a year ago making me a steak and put, hey, Shuli, take to the box of rustic cuts, and you couldn't retweet it quickly enough. Remember that?
Oh my God, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. And he's still till this day he's going, when do I get my rustic cuts? And I tell him, when you cook a real steak. Ray,
And that's what we were asking about. Like, because he's like, Garrett's like, well, how did he cook? And I'm like, how was he cooking or not cooking? He didn't know how to cook a steak, right?
Well, he first of all was bragging that he built an oven,
Yeah.
and all he did was flip the grill over and put the grill back down and put charcoal on it, and then two of the thinnest, ugliest looking pieces of steak you've ever seen are on this grill, and he just dumps hot sauce on top of it. It's like if Russia was a steak. That's the color it came out.
But it was 3 steaks under $6. Tell him.
And you're watching Joe Rogan, Steve? You're a favorite.
Thank you. Tell Steve we'd love to have him on the show sometime. All right.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great. You got to do the BS show. Like, dude, you guys I love that morning show. It's great.
Oh, did you hear this news, Gino? Did you hear the latest?
Steve says yes. Now, well, you can work it off there. What's the latest?
All right. So that was Gino, everybody. Calling. Shout out to Gum Friday. I love Gino. When is Chad getting his own show on the Shuli Network? Listen, I got news for you. If Chad comes to me and says, I want to just do a show where I fucking just lay it all out there, I'd let him do that on here. A show where he's real, 100% real, answering the questions that people are asking him. And I would
What the fuck?
Don't ever put that back up. What is that? What is that supposed to be?
That's you as I believe Nero.
As Nero. Put that up again.
41RW4LK.
Oh, okay. That's from a fan?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I can't dock your pay. All right.
That is very funny.
So did we finish the no, we didn't finish the Carl thing.
No.
Yeah, let's keep watching.
That's crazy that he's threatening. This is like insane what's going on.
Yeah. When you talk to Carl, ask if you can see the text, the threats.
Guy that I was just talking to on the phone. So I gotta
Oh.
I gotta figure that out.
Wait, John's threatening you?
Yeah, he just sent me notes threatening me. He knows where I live, and he's threatening me. And I'm like,
oh, he knows your address in Florida.
Yep. So he sent me a threat, and I wrote back. I said, well, that's next level scumbaggery, John. And so now he's calling me, probably realizing that.
Oh, what a
It's a
loser!
good idea to put threats in fucking writing. I have the screen grab, John. That's the second time he's threatened, by the way. Since our falling out, he's threatened me with violence twice now. He said he has a biker gang that he's friends with down in Florida, and my life's gonna be very interesting, is what he wrote.
Wait,
So,
Carl, this
I
cannot
wasn't
be.
gonna bring this up. He just fucking called me. I wasn't even gonna bring any of this up.
Can't be good for the substitute teaching business.
I agree.
And that's, that was another thing I was going to mention, was that he was talking about how great he was doing. First, he said he was making $6,000 to $7,000 a month, which is like, how do you make $6,000 to $7,000 a month?
8,000.
Then he said
right.
$6,000 a year, which the math doesn't work there.
Correct.
So that's crazy. But then he threatened to beat up Shuli. He threatened to beat up Bob Levy. He threatened to beat up, I think he's threatened to beat up 4 or 5 people, right?
The best one was, he said he's going to go to the Comedy Cellar when he's in New York and find Anthony Cumia and find where he has his gun on him and pull it out and pistol whip him with his own gun.
Oh, wow.
Most school teachers don't talk about it on the internet. Just going to point that.
I would think you would not want a sub that does stuff like that.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what John does. He just makes threats in writing, on the air. Like he's just of course he skipped Mike. That's why I'm a huge fan of Drew and Mike. Yeah. So it doesn't surprise me.
But he couldn't get the booger off his nose. How's he going to find the gun on his side, knowing where it is?
Listen, you want to scare somebody, show up with snot all over your face. That'll put the fear of God in them.
Oh God.
Last
night was brutal to watch that. I couldn't believe it. I was getting so sick.
Carl has a clip when Tukey was on. Carl talked to Dr. Steve. Steve said a few beers could get John drunk if his liver is failing.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that must be like a dream. That must be like a dream come true for him, to just only drink 2 beers and is already drunk from it.
It's worth the failure.
Was that a Julius Caesar picture? I think so, Daniel. There's a bunch going on. Yeah, I love that. He goes, I'm gonna find a guy who carries every day a weapon, who's a huge gun guy, and I'm just going to take it from him. I'm going to take, I'm going to disarm him. Guy who's been waiting for somebody to fucking give him a run, his whole life.
And he's well trained with a gun.
Yeah. I guarantee you, if Anthony stood there like this, no bullets in the gun, just a gun point and goes, take it from me, he wouldn't be able to.
He should put a battery on his shoulder and have him knock it off it.
Oh, I like that. There we go. Now we got some shirts.
Wow.
Is Bob Swallow louder when he swallows for Kevin or Shuli? That's a great peg leg. Great question.
I don't notice it too much.
Show?
I do, but I don't know if it comes up. It might be a different way. I don't know. Maybe I'm lower. I have no idea. But I don't think I made this.
You had one last night. It was so loud. It was so
what
good.
happened. That one got me.
You scared Bob.
I do.
You have. Let me hear the one from last night. That one sounds like you just threw a rock into a lake or something. Let me hear that.
I just don't know what it is.
And here's the original one.
that one's not that one. You have one when you start and when you now I gotta hear the second one again.
Wow.
I don't even know. It's a double gulp. Fake laugh. Have you ever heard of a fucking sound come out of somebody like that? Fake laugh. He's breathing. It's like a ventriloquist act. He's taking in a breath while somehow letting something. That's insanity.
I'm going to talk to the doctor about it on Friday.
When and where is WATP? I believe it's free on their YouTube at 5:00, and I believe I should be on around 6. So
cool.
Yeah.
Terry Nefiber, Bob, when the filter is running, then the pool is done. Well, the pool is done right now, basically, because I can go in the pool. And I filled it up. I thank God I woke up at a certain time and just shut off the water. It would have overflowed last night.
Can you imagine that? All this time with no water in the pool, and then one day he wakes up and it's completely, his whole backyard's flooded. Too much water.
I got it in time.
Stuttering John, Mike the lawyer. Stuttering John is a putz, in my honest opinion. Stuttering John is like high pitch Eric threatening people. Yeah, you hear the threats and you go, that guy's threatening, and then you go, but it's him.
What did he say? Like how did he threaten him? Like, because I use different words. Like if I say I'm going to kill you, that means I'm going to fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like don't
do that. Yeah.
No, but like, remember when you were growing up, you say I'm going to fucking kill him, but you.
Well, yeah, when you're a kid, yeah. Well, he just said the one thing was he said that he knows the gang down there, and it's going to make his life very interesting.
Correct. He always throws in that, like, what did he have a tweet about me the other day about? See if you can find it, the one with the backpack and stuff. It made no sense because he goes, put on your backpack and your hat to try to evade me. Somebody was like, wouldn't you stand out with those things? Like, how are you going to evade him with a backpack on and a hat? Yeah. Joey C, Stuttering John, Jesus H, microphones are becoming worse than guns. You're so right.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, dues payer, my wrath has just begun. I look forward to interviewing you again. Bring your sneakers and backpack to evade me. Maybe security won't be there to help you this time.
He sounds like every villain on Lost in Space that's going after,
Yeah. Yeah, he's like an 80s. Why lie? I need a beer. Please help. Will Pond. Thank you.
He has not tweeted today?
I don't know. Do we have anything new? Well, today he's on the air at 1.
Right, but I'm thinking maybe he had a big night last night. Maybe he's sleeping it off.
Well, he likes to cancel a couple hours before.
He's on today at 1. Wow.
Yeah, new show today. As I try to figure out what's the matter with Kevin Brennan. Isn't anyone loyal anymore, or is it just a WWE event? I've had the same friend since high school. I've never ever experienced such a backstabbing bunch in my life.
You annoy people. That's what it is. It's like, you're mad at Adam because he couldn't do it at 1 o'clock. Adam's got a lot of shows he does. Adam's like one of the nicest guys you can ever meet. And he'll do anything to help you, but he can't do it at that time. So why be mad?
Well, it's interesting that John's friends are all from, high school. And you know why? Is because he never sees them. He'll come by once a year.
Well, that's another thing. It's like, how often do you see people? Like, I have friends I grew up with, but like we see each other. Sometimes they'll come to a gig or we'll talk on text, but it's not often.
Right. Anybody who has to be with him more than 2 days out of the year, they're going to bail. They're getting out of the John business.
Tiger Lily, 100%. He will never see that he is the common denominator. Boom, teacher. What do you think of them apples?
And Kevin really wanted him to do, you know what I mean? Like Kevin was like, he's like, I'm going to take him over here. Like he was going all out for it because it would, affect us maybe, you know what I mean? So it's like a good chess move by Kevin, and he couldn't put up with it.
Well, he also didn't know anything about it. So going into it, and you tried to explain it to him and you tried to warn him. But he was so focused on trying to upset me that he wasn't looking at the big picture. So
I don't think he really understood what it's like, that you're going to say one thing. And when he said it the other day, that he's a pain in the ass or whatever he said, I go, there it is right there. Now you're on the shit list. And he was right away.
Yep. The Shuli Network is solid. Oh, I thought you said sold. I was going to say we're in negotiations, but we haven't sold anything yet.
Maybe you could do like the Michael Scott Paper Company.
I just moved to the right and start a
Yeah.
new podcast.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't even remember most people I went to school with, and that's the other thing. I know that he sees it as like a badge of honor that he's, friends with the same people from high school. But you should evolve at some point in life. It's fine to have friends from high school. I'm not saying you shouldn't.
Yeah.
But for them to be your only friends at this point in your life is a little weird, in my opinion.
Also telling that there's no friends from college when you mature a little bit and you are a little more adult and worldly. Usually those are where your real long-term friendships begin.
Yeah, and also you got to look at it as far as work-wise. All the jobs you have throughout life, you usually make friends there, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever activities you do on your free time.
But I agree with Kevin. It's too much work actually to have a lot of friends. It kind of is. It's like now you get set in your life where your friends are your fan. You know what I mean?
Well, especially
It's
if you're
like-
married. If you're married,
Yeah.
then because then you have that person with you, and it changes things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I don't think it's ever a bad thing to have a lot of friends. I don't think that's going to hurt you any. I think some people are just, they wake up racing for the finish line of misery, and so everything's going to rub them the wrong way.
Like if you told John, tell us how many friends, count them up.
One hand.
Leave that up there for a second. He would go, all right, I'll do it. I'll show you how many friends are in my phone. You know what I mean? He would do it. Because of that. Doesn't make same threat. No, it's different. I don't threaten to kill somebody. I threaten to in a bed, in day one, it's crazy. It's like I'm not past that fucking I'm not stable in my mind totally yet, where I can get to the second day in the first day. I can't. The first day is just fucking let's go. I don't care. But
This is the man who saw someone he knew in a gym working out, went up to the window, knocked on and when they looked, he mouthed, "You're dead," to the person. Okay, and then just went on about his day.
Yeah,
just went on. Shuli, what would you sell the network for? 40% ownership and rustic cuts. Thank you.
Look, Real said something. Real said, "Hey Bob, I love you, brother, but the threats are crazy. It's not work." Yeah, totally not. It's not. It's just. It's like.
And that's why I got him and Chad on the phone. I know.
You get carried away. You get carried away, and it's like it's just not worth it. It's just like, what the fuck are we doing? And I look back at it now when I'm watching other people of how stupid I looked, and yeah, I'm working on it. I'm totally working on it.
Yeah. No, I know you are. And you've leaps and bounds, man, compared to the way you used to be. There was no talking to you. There was no rationalizing or getting you to stop and wait for a little bit before you fucking went crazy.
Fuck you,
just
Gary.
Yeah, fuck you, Gary. Fuck you, and it was like, and that was, and that's how he wasn't himself, because Bob was the reason we went from 1 hour to 4 hours. I mean, we all worked so well
it was
together.
me. Go ahead, keep going.
We all worked so well together and worked so hard on taking, because everybody was getting a 1 hour show. We wanted a fucking show. We wanted to show them that we could do radio.
We can fill in for anybody. We should have a 4-hour show, maybe at a different time or whatever. We can, we can take over for Bubba. We can take over for Pharrell when they were off. And that's,
and that's exactly what they did with us. We were the fill-ins. We were, whenever Pharrell needed something or wanted something, Bubba, whoever, they looked to our show, and we worked hard on that to get to that point, to earn that trust with Tim. And Bob was so far gone at that point that he just he didn't care. Everything. Yeah. Everything was about, I remember a big thing with Bob is we'd be like, hey, they don't want us to say this, or they don't want us to bring this up. And Bob would go, I'm not sucking anybody's dick. He would start screaming that. That was his big thing.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time.
Bob threatens us with paying other people to do things around his house. Thanks, shirtless boys. Can't wait to get out of work. This is helping me. Yeah, man. This is John is in denial about his alcoholism.
Oh
He's
yeah,
in
when you
denial
got to
about a lot of
explain
shit.
what a beer is, and if you have 3 of them in a certain time, you're really looking into shit to make yourself look like you're normal.
Yeah. Remember the doctor show, Shuli, that you were on? Serious? Yes. The Dr. Harry Fish show. Love that man. He's involved in some big shit now. That's why you don't see him anywhere near me or this network. Yeah, he's got important shit going on. But love doing that show. We are 51 Shulis away from 900. What else we got? What else we got, JoJo? We're gonna wrap it up.
The wrestling names, real or fake game.
Yeah.
I think we can hold that one off till tomorrow.
Yeah, until about 7 years from now.
Bob hates to lose.
Everybody's still reeling from Joe's playlist last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you think mine was bad? Wait till you see Mike's.
Mine is great. I love all of those songs, and these people will love all of those songs as well.
Okay, I'll put mine together today. Bob, what's your favorite Poison album?
I don't have a favorite Poison album.
You
don't
love
ever
them all
talk
equally?
like that here.
Talk Dirty
I
to
don't.
Me? You a fan of that?
No, I don't. I like ain't nothing but a good time. How can that? Yeah.
Remember when Bonaducci beat up Bob? Yes, we did. I like just screaming whenever you're right. Smash the like button as if it was Stacy standing right in front of you. Give it
So,
a
Bob,
good
you're awake today. You did not have any round ice last night, right?
Yeah, I did.
You did? You slept it off, all that bacteria, though?
There's no bacteria in it.
Oh, there's plenty of it.
No, it's fine. It's fucking great. And
it's bacteria in yours because you had to make it by hand.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
No, those you never drink water or get ice out of a fridge because it's all caked with.
Oh, then where are you supposed to get ice, Mike?
Dirty ice makes Bob sleep. Dirty ice makes Bob sleep. Dirty ice makes Bob sleep.
Dirty ice makes him tired and weak. Dirty ice makes him tired and weak.
I was tired yesterday.
What?
I still want a compilation of Bob yesterday yawning uncontrollably during BS, and then cut to last night's Uncle Rico when Bob's like, "We're going 17 hours." He's like, "What? I ain't got shit to do. We're not moving." Blah, blah, blah. And then to go from that, they go every 2 seconds. I would love that. I want to see that. Hold on.
You want me to take this one? Shuli, remember when Doug Goodstein wanted his baby clothes back?
Stop with the yelling, everybody in the chat.
He almost made a snot come out. And Chad's black eye, the picture just made me laugh so hard. Shuli gave back Doug Schmata rags. All right. It's enough with this. The shirtless men in the back, absolutely amazing. The way they come up with so much great stuff in the blink of an eye.
Boys, they're not men.
And not only that, but now you guys on the Discord are participating with some great stuff, and we love it. And yeah, we're gonna continue incorporating all your stuff.
What? Don't make that noise when I'm doing it, because then I'm gonna do it.
All right, let's quiet down. Listen.
I don't know what's going on.
But sometimes it doesn't happen when you drink something. Sometimes it just happens when you just swallow air.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm taking in too much air.
Yeah, I wish you were taking in nowhere.
Really heard you're building a pool. True or false? No comment. No comment. I don't. I don't need to be accused of doing a pool bit. When it's done, it'll be done. Don't worry about it. But we are naming it the Melendez Estates after the man who made it all possible. Thank you. Why does Bob drink sideways? You drink sideways?
Would you guys just stop it? Let me be me.
It did it again. You had a little bitty one too that time. All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Shuli, you got to start playing America's Army Proving Grounds. I will try it out. I will try. I just picked up 6 Days in Fallujah last week. Trying that. Yeah. All right. Listen. Shalom Shuli. Instagram, Twitter. And yeah, I don't know what we're doing tonight. You have a gig tonight, right, Bob?
I have a gig tonight. Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club, Point Pleasant, New Jersey, tonight and tomorrow. I believe it's 8 o'clock.
Are you around tonight, Mike?
I could be. What are we doing?
Well, I might do my rabbit hole thing where I just watch stoner videos late at night. You know, interesting, weird shit. If you're around, you want to jump on, cool. If not, all good.
Can we do something this afternoon? Because we got some catching up to do.
I know. But are you available?
Today's going to be hard because they're going to come in here, and I'm just.
This is pre-cookie, Bob. You got to ask them post-cookie.
Yeah, no, like I'll do Out of the Coffin this week. Somebody was saying, you know, you were high last night, you know, but no, I'm going to do Out of the Coffin sometime this weekend, and also today at 4 o'clock, MLC Podcast on YouTube, MLC Podcast on Patreon. Well, yeah, I leave after the show, and then I go to the gig.
All right. Well, there's time between then and now.
No, I need to get things done.
Well, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, obviously the only person who cares about this network, I'm at Mike Morse Says, and on Instagram at Mike Morse, and I am yawning all over the Shuli Network.
Topo, thank you to everybody. Nikki, thanks to everybody in the chat. Thank you, Chandler, and everybody else that gifted subscriptions. If you didn't get a membership today, you know there's always tomorrow. And
that is true.
What KB's going to straighten Bob's ass out later today again. We'll see. You hack, Bob. All right.
I got to leave early. No, I don't have to leave. Well, I got to do Uncle Vinny's. He doesn't like him, so and I'll be leaving early. No.
Oh, so you're still doing MLC?
Yeah. But the show's at 8, so it's an hour and 20 away. So 6:30, we go to the latest. So we're fine.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I got things, you know. I got to do things. I'll try to take a nap.
Gotta prioritize, right? I mean, what's important over what's important. You know?
Yeah, you know.
More than
but I'll be around Friday in the day and Saturday in the day.
Well, some people do stuff on the weekend.
I was up early.
Well, remember when we were supposed to be doing all this in the beginning of the week, so we wouldn't have to do it on the weekend?
That's okay. We're only a few behind. Catch up this week.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I gotta do that.
Yeah, sure.
I don't even know what that is.
Chatterlick.
Pool's ready. Showing out
buddy.
And then taking the lemonade. Electrician.
Got a bed, bitch. Go.
Go, send Joey a link.
Lost my address.
Time to wake up, bitch. Get up.
Stuttering John, 1 o'clock today. Bob for please.
Get up.
Thank you, Icebergs. With Mike is a genius.
Ban this troll.
Get up.